So welcome to your Off the Binge, your ultimate seasonal anime podcast. Each week we deliver top recommendations, hot takes, and in-depth reviews of the latest episodes of this season lineup. Join us, we give you the weekly dose of anime coverage.
Perfect. That was perfect.
You heard that beautiful voice of whoever that was. That may be some human typhoon. That may be some House of Temper, some Latino heat. Possibly. He may be a weepster. Who knows? He maybe has probably some great ass voices we've spoken about. But it's your host, Legend D Vash, the human typhoon. And I'm not alone with this adventure because I'm here to share this. I was about to say squad. This four, but never mind. It was supposed to be. But hey, it's this trio. We are here for this tonight. Myself and Man-God Grem has it too happy to talk about ReZero because I know you said fuck everything else. He even said fuck Ascendance of Bookworm
I didn't
chat.
say that.
He even
I
said
didn't
that.
say
He
that.
said
I never
fuck
said that.
everything else.
He's
Let's
lying.
just do ReZero, right, Nate? He said fuck everything else,
Hey, I
and we just
mean,
talk about ReZero. Just between the lines, chat. Just between the
I
lines.
can't really blame him.
What
If he did, I can't really blame him, right? Yeah. What's up, Grem? I think he was passing it to you, but I'll go.
Yeah, it was.
I'll go.
Nah, I didn't look. I would never say let's skip us into a bookworm. What I did say is, man, we're all cooked tonight. All of us, well, except for Mister fucking Gallon of Energy over here, homeboy's tank doesn't run out. But I'm kind of cooked. Nate ain't watched shit. Look, it's gonna be a short one. I'm gonna be real, guys. we're gonna talk about some shit. But realistically, we're here to talk about ReZero today, and of course Bookworm, because that shit's the goated one. So we're here.
Hell
Speaking
yeah.
of Nate, what's up, man? I hear you got a new place. You
Oh
chilling?
yeah. I mean, I've been cooked this
Damn.
week, like Grem said, guys. I've watched like 3 or 4 things. I'm just gonna be upfront. Adult things, moving. I'm excited though, like it's good things happening for me, but it's just a lot. So, but I have like a whole new setup coming, like new PC,
that.
new equipment, a lot of new stuff. So, pretty dope and really excited about that. But that's been taking up a lot of my time. But still excited to talk
Can't get mad
about.
at that.
Still excited to talk about some of the things that I've watched and hear what the two others here have to say about some of the other things that I didn't get to. Some of the things I still am in the know on a little bit with like Akane-banashi and Ace of Diamond and stuff like that. But yeah, still there was the 3 things I did watch. All of them honestly were pretty good. So
Look,
Banger
so
after
yeah.
banger.
I'm just proud of myself that as somebody who did WrestleMania this past week, and great for anybody that watched Weaves of the Ring content for some sports talk, some wrestling talk, some good content to be not great, but some good content. Night 1 was bullshit ass, some booty cheeks. Night 2 was great. So appreciate for anybody watching. And then if you talk about Friday Night SmackDown, that's a whole different story because companies like to do stupid shit. But I am glad that I took the time because your boy crashed after WrestleMania week in a work week of a good 50 hours of work. And then you crash on a Friday and Saturday, and then you just start watching anime for a whole day, catch up. There's one that I couldn't get to that I felt like I needed to, and I'm gonna be reacting to it just for my own pleasure. You guys will see on the channel Wistoria season 2 because it seems like somebody got some unlockable item character background that he probably was having it hidden in the background until for the right moment for story plot. Who knows?
Oh, is it like
So I'm like, yo,
the Dragon Ball thing when they take off like the belt, like the weighted shit or something?
I'm like Dragon Ball is like Naruto. I think he's talking about Naruto as well.
It probably is a
The
Naruto.
weight
No.
Rock Lee.
It's probably just a very just shonen thing, honestly, in general.
True.
It's different. So the thing is, right? It's not any of that. It's more like
The gloves are off.
It's more like not even that. It's more like he just didn't know. Like he
so an
actually
ass
just didn't
pull.
know.
So an ass pull.
We
Typical
saw this
shonen.
in the trailer.
Yeah.
We saw this in the trailer as well, Nate. In case you remember, we saw 2 things major in the trailer. We saw
what didn't we see in that trailer, bro?
yeah, that's very true. Good comment about that. But don't worry, chat. We know damn well that Man-God Grem will talk about it momentarily. And also, I will be caught up by next week episode for episode 77. We'll be on top of our shit, be on our game. It's been a hard week of adulting, like Nate said, and like I'm also in the process of moving and getting to my new place. I found a new opportunity, so let's just hope things go well because hey, sometimes you gotta serve some pitches, and sometimes you might get a home run, and you never know. But with that being said,
Like
You
that.
let's
don't want
get
to
on.
screw up a pitch and get a home run in the same. That's bad. You mean get a strikeout? Because look, I understand what you're saying in the baseball references, but if you're pitching, you do not want it to be a home run. Like,
Yes, when
because
baseball
that's bad.
logic,
That's bad.
baseball logic, Man-God Grem makes
But like,
100%
but like, I
correct
understand
analysis.
what you're saying, but like, you kind
But
of,
we
it's kind of
get the
bad.
concept. We get the concept.
No,
But
no, I
thank you for the
got you. I got
correction.
you. I got you. I
For
just had
sport
to.
logic, I appreciate the correction. For sport logic, you make 100% true. But in that sense, speaking about logic, do we have anything to talk about in our binge trailer? Because I do. Man-God Grem, would you want to go first, or I could hit myself with what I did finish and find the time to?
So last week I told y'all I finished Iruma-kun season 1. That was real fun. So anyway, I am now caught up to current Iruma-kun. you know?
Chat, he finished season 2, 3, and cut up to season 4 currently airing.
Yeah. So I'm caught up. We got the Royal One. We got the Royal One out here. Iruma and his evil cycle is fucking dope. We love that shit.
Love to
Iruma
hear
is
that.
kind of a badass in his evil cycle. It's really fun. Miguel's getting super blurry right now. Anyone else see that? Um Focus, camera, focus. Anyway, but no, Iruma and his evil cycle is a lot of fun. Iruma really coming into his own at the end of season 2. We get Iruma becoming an archer, which I felt like really suits him a lot. It suits him really well. He gets a bow, and then we see the next season they do the test. They get all the ingredients, but Aruma, of course, being the only person who realistically could have gotten this, because one of the requirements is that you save a random student council member that you don't even know is a student council member that had shit on him that you could steal from him, and you just had to save him and be selfless and bring him with you, because at the end of the day he had one of the requirements to grow the legend leaf, and Aruma got the Legend Leaf, which is 100,000 points, which far eclipsed what anybody else made. But of course, he split it with our boy. I want to say Kaminari because that's what he looks like. It's it's not Kaminari, but he looks like Kaminari. We split the Legend Leaf with him, so it's 50,000 for two people. Our I think he's a satyr because he's not a centaur. He's a satyr, right? He ended up scoring over 50,000, which made he was number one for like 5 seconds until Kaminari. And I apologize, I don't remember his name. It's like
Anytime I just heard, I just thought of SpongeBob when you said that he was number one.
he was number one. Don't worry, Miguel's looking out who Kaminari is for me. He's kind of the goat. But no, so they split the 50,000 points, and then earlier in the test, kind of to just troll
Lead Shacks.
lead. There you go. To try to troll lead, who had the vase of endings. They tried to troll him, and they're like, "Yeah, that vase is worth 20,000 points, so you better run away." And so Lead had people coming after him earlier. And Lead's like raises his hand and goes, "I think you did the math wrong." "What do you mean?" "Well, you said the Legend Leaf is worth 100,000 points. You also, during the test, said that the Vase of Endings is worth 20,000. So I understand that the Legend Leaf is inside of the Vase of Endings because that's where it grew. But doesn't that mean it's 60,000 points or 120,000 points split two ways, so 60,000 each, and we both win?" And they went, "Actually, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, you know what? Iruma wins." So, so there you go.
Lupo.
Not really a loophole as much as they just didn't count the points right, which is
Yeah, the
insane.
math was mathing.
The math wasn't mathing. So yeah, Iruma wins that, and then now we get this next season, which brings in a student that I really want to go back to the first season and see if this student was always actually in the background or if it's just an ass pull, because there's a new student in the class who apparently has been there the whole time, which they alluded to. Yeah, you can go back and look. He's been there the whole time, and I'm actually really curious to see if he has been there the whole time and just never had any voice lines or anything. Because that would be really cool if they did that. I
What can show me?
unfortunately kind of doubt that they do. So, is he actually there? You said Watkin showed you,
Yeah,
so
he
he
is.
is actually there.
Yeah, yeah. I
Okay,
didn't
there
believe it
you go.
either. I didn't believe it either. Like, not saying it was hard to believe, chat, but just to see that it was
Set up from the
it was
beginning.
good for shadow storytelling, and it works out like you planned this accordingly. Like, you know what? I gotta give you your props.
Mm.
That's really cool then. So yeah, he's been there the whole time apparently, and you can go back and check, which is really cool. That's awesome to know. Um, 10 out of 10 foreshadowing. We love that. But yeah, now they're trying to do a concert right now. Some other shit, of course, you got to get the drama so that it takes longer. But there you go. So I'm caught up to Iruma-kun. I'm excited, kind of, for more Iruma-kun. Iruma-kun's just a fun time. I'm gonna be honest,
Love to
and
hear that.
and I want to say I
Bari, bari,
apologize to
bari.
everyone who hates dubs because I cannot watch this show subbed. I tried, and it's like trying to watch Dragon Ball sub to me.
Ah,
What's it? What's it? I'm like, oh,
Frieza,
what the hell is your voice,
Frieza.
Goku? Goku, you used to be a man. What happened? He's like, I have no balls. And I don't know.
Understood.
So it's everybody sounds super juvenile in the sub, and in the dub they sound like teenagers. So like it's just a lot for me. And yes, this is because I caught up in dub, so like I'm fully aware that's what it
While he's
is.
playing a game on the
But
side.
most of the time, yeah, I was playing some Graveyard Keeper on the side, you know.
Hey, as long as you entertain and still pay attention to the story, I feel like you got the best out of it. I cut up to a few series in dub. The one I'm gonna be talking about, I cut up into dub for that reason, and it works out. So hey, sometimes watching it dub, you can speed up the process.
It was a lot of fun though. I had a lot of fun. At one point, I think I mentioned this last pod, but there was like 7 people in voice call with me watching the dub, and we were
Yes.
all just having so much fun with it. So like it is a fun series, and I am caught up. I'm ready for more. There you go.
Love
Nice.
that. Can't wait to hear that. For me, I'm gonna go next, and I say I finished Dorohedoro season 1. I'm finally putting the time, and the reason like I cut up is because I saw season 1 in dub, and I really had a good time with the series. Finding out the characters of Kaiman. Kaiman is Rusu. Rusu got killed by the Red Eyes Cross. We find out that the boss is a person that maybe other people that almost could have killed Noe and Shin, or technically did kill them and everything. And it seems like N has a grudge or trying to find confirmation that this Red Eye Cross headless person was actually caught dead or actually not surviving or alive. We don't know. N has been stressful about this shit. Like, yo, can we figure this out? Because he has been having me stressed over the years. He's been like a fucking war underlord because he's surviving hell. So now the devils respect him or want to have a contract with him. We find out that one of the devils actually has a good heart because he's been protecting or helping Nikaido, but that we don't know the full story of that, but that we don't know or has been teasing who took out Nikaido in the back, but Nikaido doesn't want to answer. Is Kaiman or Risu actually a good person? Did Kaiman take out Nikaido in the back? We don't know in the end of season 1. So I watched episode 1 of season 2 as well. We're finding out more characters from the old past of Risu because Risu is just going around and just said, like, "Hey, I'm alive. I I came back. We're gonna start shit, and we're gonna see where it goes." And I came back to my old house. Seems like people probably did betray you, and Shinen. Shin and Naoi, I definitely ship. They're fucking adorable. Big mommy muscles, because our girl definitely Nikaido is as well part of that group. And never in my life have I thought I would like a character of a cockroach, except in this show, because they make you actually like, oh my god, they're saving our boys. Oh my god, they're saving our doctor. Oh my god, we're saving our people, just because this cockroach actually being obedient and actually being
Nah, that
helpful.
scene with him
Never
in
in my
the
life.
car when his
Oh
like
my god, that
all his
shit was
limbs
like
are
he
like
just
sticking out
stuck.
of the car.
Like I'm stuck. But there
Like, why would you
was,
try to fit that dude in the car, man?
bro. I think it's just comedy or just
Like, put him
pure
on top
comedy
or
for them.
something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But instead, once the cockroach heard like help me, heard the whistle, heard the command, that cockroach just went speed blazing to the wall, gave no fucks, and said, "Hey, if I trap us, it's all good." And it did. And then our doctor found out that his wife is probably dead or has been used as test subjects, because her jewelry is put out as an attire to some these other ugly zombies. And our girl, now shit no now got hurt easily. So I'm worried about her, because she technically could heal anybody in a quick glance. So those were like my quick thoughts, my quick reactions of what was season 1 Dotoro. The OVA was fucking, I, I don't know. The OVA was questionable, was fun. It's just I didn't know what was the purpose. It was just more like
I
a
don't even
side
remember.
story.
I don't even know if I watched the OVA actually.
The OVA was like a side story. Like
Was it like
it's
some
I didn't
comedy bit or something? Probably. Like it was.
yeah,
Yeah.
it felt like 4 or 3 parts of stories intertwining, and like it felt like side stories. It felt like it's needed, but the way they animated and the way they told the perspective of it, it was just very intriguing to the way they did the project.
Hmm.
Like, not say it was bad, but it was just interesting the direction they went.
Hmm.
Well, bro, it was fun to watch the show. Man-God Grem, did you get to finish this show? Because I know you saw episode 1 of season 2 with me, but did you get to watch it with me? I mean, did you get to finish the show? Because I know last time we spoke, you was on episode 8.
I didn't watch the first episode of season 2 with you. What?
Well, you was on stream with me, so I just assumed you was probably watching it with me, but no. But did you get to finish season 1? Because last time we spoke, you was on episode 8.
That's crazy. I think I'm still on episode 8.
I didn't get to finish it. Okay. Do you plan to
Not that I
finish it if
didn't
it
get
up?
to it's not that I didn't get to finish it. It's that I've looked at it and said, it's like 7 episodes. I don't want to do that. And it's like that every time I look at it. I'm gonna be honest. Every single time I look at it, it's like, oh, there's 8 episodes now. Oh, I'm good. Actually, we can wait on that. Maybe on like a Monday when there's like 2 things that come out, and then it'll be Monday, and I'm like, I kind of want to play a game instead of actually watching that, because that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm gonna be honest, guys.
Hey, you did a big
Maybe.
bench. You did a big bench with Iruma-kun and everything. You did also bench the Missions Occur Family season 1 and the race today. So you did 2 big binges. So probably you just taking a week break. Then probably you get back into it next week. Only time will tell. So overall, that was my binge chilling of Dorohedoro. I did another one of One Piece. I cut off from 10:20 to 10:31. I saw the Uta flashback interjecting to the canon story of Shank's daughter and everything else. It made me want to rewatch the movie if film Red. Possibly will. I'll probably tell wife, hey, yo, when we come home from work or something, we're gonna watch this One Piece film Red and call it a day for the night, because I really want to just I've been craving it. The Uta flashback was, very sentimental, the cute animation stuff, and the interjecting the story within what was from the movie into this type of canon story. So who knows? And seeing our maybe Shang-Sun with Agumacano, who knows? Only
Mm.
readers and audience will know what that means, and not really a spoiler if you understand. Possibly, it's all about theories, chat. Other
And
than that, that's
perspective.
all I've been up to. Yep, it's all about perspective. Yep, exactly, Nate. But with that being said, this was our bench chilling portion of us talking, because I know damn well, Nate, you didn't have time
No.
to talk about any bitch. Yeah, all right, cool. I just want to make sure. So since that's the case, Chad, let's move on to our seasonal spotlight. If this is the first time viewer understand what is the seasonal spotlight, we have 4 segments. We have shonen, drama, and we have romance slash comedy slash life. And the last one, of course, is our ISEKAI Isekai slash fantasy section. We're talking about Magic, Isekai series overall, and then we have our 4 main series that we do talk about at the end. So let's go on with our first one, our shonen, our action slash sports. Our first couple of things that we'll be talking about is Snowball Earth episode 4, and Mission Zakura Family season 2 episode 3, and Kill Blue. I will go off first with Snowball Earth episode 4. We find out that this mecha, or sorry, this mecha, this kaiju literally just came in and being OPSL and just froze the whole earth in literally probably in 10 minutes, like in one fell swoop. These soldiers, these people were literally no chance of surviving. Luckily, those few that did survive, and it seems like this kaiju that's able to help them stay alive is actually interested in humans. But I wonder if this is their own individuality of each of these kaiju, because this kaiju literally just froze the whole planet. Was it just for the fun of it? Was it because it was ordered to? Who knows? I like the concept where we're going so far with a Snowball Earth, and I love how he's finally making friends and he's finally opening up. And I love how each and every episode we kind of have a checklist of checklist number 2, checklist number 3, checklist number 4. So I wonder what more we're gonna get into his character. So far, I'm intrigued. Man-God Grem, did you see any? Did you see episode 4? Any thoughts for it?
Um, I mean, yeah, we get like you said, we got to see what happened to the Earth. There's also like at the end of episode 3, right? Nate mentioned that it kind of seems like there's something more. You know, you got the one kaiju that was kicking its legs, and well, yeah, we get to see one of the OP kaiju's literally froze the entire Earth. So that's interesting. We also get to see the where we get to see like the mall they call it, which is really just a school,
Yep.
which was cool. And then they were calling someone the savior, and you kind of think, oh, that's clearly him, right? And it is like that's who they're referring to right now. But when they went to the mall and they said, yeah, the savior's here, they all were like, oh, the girl, and everyone's like, no, no, they're talking about the robot this time, not the girl. Because, yeah, it turns out the girl can control the kaijus a little bit. Like she has a little kaiju she can control, so that's interesting. And her hair gets all fiery. So she was also kind of made a name for herself. She's also kind of like a hero. So we'll see how that goes going forward. Because I mean, we ain't seen that kaiju since. So what's going on
Is it?
there? What?
Does it seem like they're setting up like a thing where it's like our boy Tetsuo is like the hero of like the original Earth, and then she's like
Yeah,
kind of the hero of the new Earth or whatever, like the frozen Earth
kind
or
of.
whatever, and
Yeah,
they're
it's
kind of
kind of like
coming
that.
Yeah.
together.
Like he was.
That's pretty cool.
She.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And she's like a Pokemon trainer, and we don't know like where her Pokemon's at right now. You know.
Yeah.
Um.
All I
But
remember
yeah,
seeing her
it
in
was
the
pretty cool.
OP, and she got like the Phoenix behind her, and that shit looked dope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
Well,
what it is. Is yeah,
yeah.
well, it's a phoenix pigeon. Still hasn't fully
it's like a
evolved
pigeon.
into a giant bird. It's still right now in a little bird.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. So it wasn't
it's doing
some
good so
big
far.
like I mean maybe there's more to it, but I remember at the beginning we were kind of talking about like oh like there's kind of like a mystery sort of aspect, but it just seems like there's just a kaiju that was the cause of the Earth being like that. Like there wasn't anything maybe
Yeah.
deeper behind it or any
Well,
or there maybe
well
still could
the
be. I don't know.
well the
Maybe could
snow
be.
kaiju literally like from what we saw, he literally just came out of the water of the beach.
Put his
Literally,
hands up and the entire earth
So like
froze.
there's no reason
yeah,
given or like no it just
that we
kind of
know of
happened.
yet.
No, he just did it.
Okay,
We don't
okay.
know
Yeah.
if he got order, nothing. He literally just came out of the water and said, "Freeze, motherfuckers." That's it.
Okay.
And then
He
from there
sent like
on,
these like 8 orbs around the earth that were just froze everything that got close to them. So
Hmm.
I'm
yeah.
just curious to know if they're gonna be any tag team combo with the snowy hair girl. If she's gonna do something with this kaiju, and we got the robot. Are we gonna see any weapons, combat skills, or we're just gonna see where the story gonna go? Like, how are we gonna unfreeze Earth? It's been 10 years since it's been frozen, so like we need to get some progress with it.
Hmm.
Unsnowball Earth. That's what the rest. That's what this series should have been called. It's Unsnowball Earth. Anyway, moving on. Yozakura family episode 4, I believe. It's not 3, right? It's 4, right?
I don't even know.
No, it's episode 3 because episode
Oh,
4
yeah.
comes out next week.
We get to see why Taiyo is blooming all the time without being able to control it. It turns out that the first head of the Yozakura's family's blood got mixed with his in his fight at the very end of last season when he was fighting the doctor dude. So his blood got mixed with the first head's blood, and the first head has been trying to talk to Taiyo because the first head, there's two different versions of her as she says it. She's like the me in the past and the me in the future, or the me in the present, right? I'm the me in the past. I'm the sane one, the not fucking trying to kill everybody in the planet one. And I need you to stop me. Or as she said, I need you to kill me. Because that bitch crazy. So to do that, you need to learn about the current me. To learn about the past me, it's super simple. There's a book that literally only you can open because you have my blood inside of you. So you can do this. Nobody else can. Go find that book. You can't read it right now because you're ass, but you will eventually be able to read it. Um,
I remember this.
yeah. But yeah, also you got to learn about the present me. So go talk to that psychopath that killed your family. You gotta go talk to that guy now. Oh yeah, in order to do that, you gotta get promoted. So go take that promotion test. And of course, all of this happens, and he goes to take the test, and all of his siblings go, maybe don't take it this year. Why? Because I looked at the clock, at the calendar, so they rotate gold members who have to do it, and this year, the only 3 that haven't done it in the past couple years are the one who wants to kill you, Big Sister who never passes anyone, and Big Brother Shinzo who's almost more of a dickhead than the other 2
Yep,
in
I
terms
remember
of
this arc.
tests.
I remember this arc. This was a good
So
arc. Oh, I remember
yeah,
this.
it's a good arc. Yeah, I know. So yeah, he's taking the rank advancement. He's trying to get a silver card, so he can go speak to the person on his own. Which is funny because he gets called out. His entire motivations get absolutely called out by a reporter that goes, "Let me guess, you're doing this because you want to meet with this guy, and you're not going through your family because you could just go through your family, but you're not doing that because you want to do it alone. So you're actually trying to talk to them alone for some reason. You're trying to do it without telling your family. Is that what's going on right now?
You're like,
Who
nah,
the hell are you? Stop
nah.
calling me out." That's literally what happened. It was awesome. So yeah, we got that going on. We're gonna see test. He's gonna pass. Spoiler alert, guys, he's gonna pass.
Obviously.
Um obviously, right? But yeah, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna see what type of test. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember what type of test he gets put on, but I know he passes. So
I know just a shot with Shinzo in the fight scene. I just like that's a shot that I remember in my head, but I don't remember what was the the test itself.
yeah, all I know is Shinzo's the first proctor. He already showed up.
Yep.
So there you go. It's
But
been
you
so
know,
long since I read this.
same. Like I just remember fragments in my head. But you know what? Talking about fragments and talking about unexpectedness, being told at the end of the episode saying, "Yo, this is my boyfriend," even though
That's my boyfriend.
the day before you get told like, "Yo, don't talk to me like we're
Don't
friends."
talk to me. Don't pretend we're friends. The next day, this is my boyfriend.
Yeah, get everyone away from me because this is my boyfriend here. You don't need to talk to me. This is gonna be my future husband. And bro was so thrown off and like, wait a minute, I thought it was gonna be harder than this. No, this is too
He's like,
easy.
You're my daughter's age. I respectfully decline." No,
I felt
ma'am.
I felt so bad. Like, I binge this show. It's been a blast to watch this chat. Honestly, this
It's
is
so
one that
fun.
I didn't expect I would have this much fun. I thought when you guys told me back in week 1 or week 2 when we did coverage for this, when you guys spoke about it, I thought it was gonna be like what's the other fighting anime that goes back in time?
Uh,
I have no idea,
is
brother.
it recent?
Yeah, the one that people fell off because it has the last bad arc. The one that the guy went back in time to save the girl.
No idea.
Oh, Erased?
No, the
No,
guy
that's not
that
fighting.
Yeah, I
the
know you
guy
said
that
fighting, but I
is
can't
Street
think of
Thugs.
like.
Yeah, it's Street Thugs. It's Street Thugs
Oh,
gangs.
Tokyo
Oh, Tokyo
Revengers.
Tokyo
Revengers.
Revengers, yes. So I thought it was like Tokyo
Oh
Revengers. I
hell
was like,
no.
I had low expectations. Like,
Not even
fuck.
kinda, bro. What? It's not even a little bit like Tokyo Revengers. What?
At first, I thought that was my first impression when you guys mentioned that, like,
I
he
can't even
goes back.
speak on the similarities. I was just
Yeah,
saying that
like,
because of the mention of Tokyo Revengers.
yeah, like he goes back in time. But I'm like, no, his body just reverts to be younger. So then I just had a good time with the comedy with him, also having such an old mindset and his mentee telling him like, hey man, you gotta change your ways. And the humor of him being an assassin, a person that studied such a young age, loving schoolwork has been fucking a blast of comedy. Just him enjoying it, and when he feels like he's stuck, he actually takes the process to learn it, and it just he's so addicted to learning. He's so addicted to want to understand the formulas and understand the assignment. Like that's I don't know. I just find the amusement of
That's
it.
real, man. That's me in school. That's how I was in school. I loved that shit.
I love
So I love
studying
this stuff.
everything. I love studying everything else, but just to actually bring the homework home was something like for me, like, but doing homework at school, no issues, no problems at that task. So just seeing the comedy aspect of him. And the one thing I love about this episode is when when he had a bet with the girl from home EC club, and she said, look,
Yeah.
at the moment, I may have lost, but the bet's not over yet. And I was curious to know what she meant until we find out that the other part was that once you give the food to somebody you care about, the food that you're so proud of is because you got compliments, you got feedback by the person you fed. And that's something that I relate a lot about. Like, I love cooking, but I love cooking more when my wife enjoys the food and tells me that my new recipe I tried was delicious, that she was satisfied in the dish, in the food I made. That to me makes me feel more happy of the food I just cooked. So that's something that I understood from the story arc in this episode and the meaning behind it. How did you feel, Graham?
No, I mean, yeah, you kind of brought up the only thing I really wanted to talk about from this episode is that, like, yeah, the home ec stuff was so good. I knew he was gonna join this club the second he got approached. I was like, oh, surely he's gonna be in this club, right? He's gonna like this. And because like it showed how he was super old fashioned, he didn't clean up after himself, he didn't cook, he's kind of just trash, right? But they're like, nah, try it. And yeah, the home ec club leaders like, trust me, I'll win. And like you said, he tried it out, and then he's like, oh, this is all right. I don't hate it, but it wasn't like I'm not. It was okay, and his mentee was like, "Oh, are you just being petty?" And he's like, "No, it just kind of happened. Like it was fun, I guess, but like I'm not like blown away, right?" And then they said that the test isn't over yet. Go take it to your. He ends up getting it to his ex-wife and his daughter, and they have it. And he's like, "Fuck, I lost, didn't I?" He's like I just lost. Which is so cool to me that like yeah, he broke up with his wife. Like for whatever reason they're not married, but it is so cool to me that like it seems to be like they are very like good to each other. Like yeah, they work together, but like there's definitely more there, and they're definitely like raising their kid together. But it's like surprising to me that like they're doing like an adult relationship so well as well, because like you can tell that they care about each other like a lot, and it's just they're not together, and that's pretty cool. I wonder if by like the end of this series, probably not this season, but at the end of this series, like when he does eventually get turned into an adult again, I wonder if maybe they're gonna like considering how much he'll have bettered himself, like going to school and relearning things, if maybe he'll get back with his ex-wife. That could be pretty interesting. Because I mean, they seem to have an amicable enough relationship. So maybe I don't know. That's kind of my thoughts on this show. I
I
think
agree about that.
I
I
also
could go
really
wrong
like
with that.
her daughter eating the food and saying it was a little bit salty. Like, you could work on it, bitch. But like, it was good, and I appreciate it. And why do you sound so different? And he goes, I am sick right now. And he's
Yeah,
like,
I'm a cold.
yeah, I have a cold. But no, it was really good. It was a lot of fun.
I do hope we find out more into the story within the ex-wife because I do agree, like they're adulting story within a couple and one that like they are also co-workers, so like they have a history between each other. And she said like, hey, you go to high school, do your assignment. You don't need to worry about child support. You don't need to worry about I make enough money to still pay the rent and pay the bills over my head. So you're good. Go do your thing. You're still getting paid by your boss. So you're still gonna have me of my portion. But then they have a relation, and that's something that you don't see always. So I love that they actually communicate. Let's hope we see more of it.
Hell yeah.
So with that being said, now let's get on to one of the episodes that MemoryNK did watch. Demons of the Shadow
Oh,
Realm, episode 4. Let's talk about it, Nate. Because since we haven't heard your beautiful voice and your analytical aspect of the staff and the people that animated this episode, talk to us.
I mean, this episode, honestly, at least for like the first half, was really like very similar to kind of the previous episode, I would say, in
for
terms of
sure.
like,
Yeah,
Yuru and a lot of the cast getting used to. Now, obviously, some of them are used to like the modern world or whatever. But like obviously our main character's not. So a lot of like the new things he's kind of experiencing and learning about, and even the other characters too, like seeing left and right kind of, learning a lot of things as well. I think of scenes like when they're like, I think left was like, laying in the bathtub in the one scene. It was like so it just leads for some like comedic stuff, which I really like, and I feel like it helps kind of you get more attached to the characters, which I have been. I feel like as this series has been going on, I get more and more attached to the characters, and I feel like that's good because once it does actually, dive more into some more serious content, I feel like that's where it's gonna, hit hopefully more, right? So yeah, I did enjoy this episode quite a bit. We did see also some more Daemons, like we saw Hana's Daemons, and I know we did see Jin's before, but we definitely saw more of Jin's like on display in this episode, and even some of like I think the others with him, like the henchmen, like with the turtle and the rabbit or whatever. So yeah, it was cool seeing some more Daemons. But also the thing I like to see with our main character Yuru is how like proactive he is, because that maybe is like a fault I feel like of some, kind of characters, main characters in other series, like they have to kind of like rely on others to sort of push
yeah.
them. But really, it's
What's
like
the
Yuru is the one who's spearheading a lot of this. Like he's like, okay,
for
like
sure?
left and right, I want you to go do this, or like this is what we're about to do. Like I have a goal and I'm gonna, set out to try and accomplish it or learn whatever I can, to
Yeah,
accomplish this goal. So I really have been impressed with Yuru so far, and just um yeah, so like I said, I've just been getting more and more attached to the cast, like all around. I feel like on both sides, because obviously we have like Yuru and his kind of group right now, and then we also have like the Kanamori clan, and also another bit that was very interesting to me too with Asa on the flip side of Yuru, obviously, is that we saw Asa with how Asa kind of came across earlier in the series. You kind of thought she had it all together, right? Or she's like kind of like a master of like, her abilities and stuff. But that's not necessarily the case, because we saw her training in this episode, and she still has things to
vicious.
perfect. Yeah, right. Yeah, she
Yeah,
still has some work to do. So that was like, something definitely interesting. And yeah, I like getting kind of both perspectives, both sides. So yeah, this is another really good episode for me. The action pieces in the second half were a lot of
for
fun.
sure.
Just great action, but also like they mix in some comedy in there too. Like when left
Yeah,
and right were literally getting lit up with bullets, and they're just standing there and they're just like, "What is this? Well,
that was
what is this?"
crazy.
Like, so that
You're
stuff was
really
funny.
trying that, huh?
The
Yeah,
bit when the turtle was getting dropped on left, and she's just like this,
yeah.
so they do mix in some like good comedic stuff in there, I will say. Yeah, this episode was good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Some things kind of similar to kind of what we had in the previous episode, but Like I said,
Yeah,
I feel like it definitely does help get more attached to the cast and things like that. So
it
yeah.
was it was a lot of fun. Specifically because his relationship with his Daemons is like completely antithetical to every other relationship we've seen with their like every other Daemon user and their relationship to their Daemons, right? Like typically it's like they're Pokemon trainers, right? You know,
Hmm.
go do this, go do that, go do that. He told his Daemons frame 1, look, I'm never going to give you orders.
Hmm.
I'm going to tell you what I want to do, and we're gonna like you're gonna do whatever the hell you want to do to make that happen.
Yeah.
And which is completely, like I said, antithetical to what like the rest like the relationships everyone else has. And it was really cool to see how the Damon users were completely thrown off by the fact that the plan that they ended up coming up with and like we didn't get to hear. So the age old rule in anime is if you hear the plan it won't work, but if you don't hear the plan is gonna work. The plan that we got was okay. We'll stand there, we'll look scary, we'll do the things, and you'll get them yourself. And yeah, Yoru did that. He broke out of the cage by himself and went and grabbed Mustang wannabe. I don't know his name, man.
Jin. Yeah,
I'm
Jin.
gonna be that guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jin. He went and grabbed Jin and he had him, and everyone was like, "Wait a second, but your Daemons didn't even try to help you." He was like, "Why the fuck would they try to help me? I didn't
Yeah.
need their help." Everyone was like, "Oh shit, okay."
Yeah, it's a very like mutual kind of understanding, I feel like, but and like trust in a way too, right? Because especially with Yuru's background and left and right know, uh like with him being a hunter and like all that, like the way he operates, the way he works, especially like in the dark as they show, like when they turn the lights out and
Yeah,
all that, like that's kind of the situations he sort of excels in. So
that's where he
yeah,
thrives, right?
yeah. So it's
It was
definitely cool to
really
see.
cool. It was really cool seeing Jin when the lights went out and everyone was like, "It's fine. He can't see us, right? We've got Daemons who can see in the dark and all that." And there is can't. Jin sits there and remembers that conversation with Asa,
Hmm.
where
He's
Asa
like, oh
said, "Oh yeah,
shit.
my brother's a hunter," and he said, "Oh shit," and then a knife to his throat, and he's like, "Shh."
Yep.
And the lights come back on and he's just sitting there and they're like, "Wait, what?" Like that was, bro, if you got to do a cold moment, that was a pretty cold moment,
Oh
you know.
yeah,
That
for
was
sure.
that was great. So, yeah, this show's a lot of fun. I'm
100%.
having a lot of fun with it for sure. I'll eventually remember these names, or if not, Nate will tell me the names every single time, don't worry.
Hey, no, it's fair. That's one of the challenges with the new season and all the shows you're
Honestly,
watching, trying to
man.
remember all the names and yeah,
Dude, last
it's a
season I never
task.
got to it, bro. I'm gonna
Yeah,
be
it's a
honest. I
task.
never got to it. It was horrible. But yeah, no, Dames of the Shadow Realm, it's a lot of fun. Moving on, Ace of Diamond. You didn't
Y-
watch this, but we've read this, so you
Yeah.
know what's been covered.
This should have been like they show May obviously his
Right.
matchup and he like dominates. I think don't they like do they run rule him or something? I remember they
Yeah,
just
they
like
run rule
yeah,
them.
they
Yeah.
dominate whoever they play. I remember that. And then
It was
also
10-0 run
yeah,
rule, of course.
yeah. And this also was like kind of like the Furia shine in a way.
Yeah, Furia showing out like he used to show out.
Yeah.
He what 7-2?
Hmm.
It was either 7-2 or they run no, they run ruled, I think. Eventually. They ended up run ruling, but it was like in the 7th inning or something.
Right.
And because I think in the 6th they got 6 runs or something. So they run ruled them by the 7th inning. But I think of course May and Co run ruled them the second they could. Like, because I think what you can only run rule after the what the 4th inning or 5th inning,
Yeah, there's a
the
certain
first
time
half
where
of the
they'll
5th
like cut
inning.
it out, cut it off or
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah.
like
But
exactly halfway through the game if they ain't put a point up and you got over 10 points on them, you know.
yeah,
So
which is like a disrespectful way to, go out.
honestly, yeah, it was a little bit. So basically, we see that May and Co dominate a little bit harder than our team, but it's still dominating. And Ichidai 7-2s. That's where I got that from. 7-2 was Ichidai,
Mm-hmm.
and then where we got the semifinal matchups, and we're gonna be able to see Ichidai versus Sato next, which I
Mm.
hope gets a more than fucking one episode.
Dude, yeah,
Honest,
trust me, me too,
holy
bro.
crap,
Me too,
bro.
man. I see.
So
Like at this point, I wouldn't even be surprised if they just speed run this match. I hope that's not the case, but also they did release a new visual for the match, which was a dope visual with Amahisa and Sawamura on it. So if y'all haven't peeped
nice.
that, definitely go check that out because it's a nice visual. And with them releasing a visual for it, you would think like, okay, they're probably gonna spend a little more time with this match, but I'm not getting my hopes up, with this adaptation so far. I was reading something earlier that like this season wasn't even supposed to like happen. Like it was kind of like a miracle that this season even happened in general. Like a
Oh,
lot of
so
We're
I'm
getting
yeah, like a
so
lot of
I'm
the
glad
started.
I came
producers
back
and
during
stuff.
this.
Oh, what's up?
I'm glad I came back during this because I was curious on how this adaptation is a
Oh,
dynamic because of what you guys spoke about before,
it's
and then you guys are like
yeah.
me coming back at the right opportunity where you guys even mentioned that this season wasn't even supposed to happen. You serious?
Yeah, I was reading something that
Yeah,
like I guess some of the producers, like some of the creatives behind it were really like kind of pushing for it and like the way it was like worded was that
nice.
it
At
was
least
like
finished.
yeah, it was kind of like a miracle that this season even happened. So I guess they were saying that like the future beyond this season is very like murky because the fact
Bleak.
that this
Yeah.
yeah was a miracle, that it happened is kind of like so like when I read stuff like that, even more so in my head, I get to thinking like, oh, they're gonna speed run this match, and then, dude. But
Yeah.
That's crazy.
we'll see. But yeah, this episode I feel like really or like what should have been in this episode. Obviously, I can't speak for the whole episode, but like this is really just setting up the bigger matches, right? With like
For sure.
yeah, with
Yeah.
Ichidai and Sato and stuff like that. So you get some cool Furia stuff, and obviously just more of
But like
like
I said,
the
we're showing out.
yeah, and then more of like the Sawamura and Furia, just kind of like how far they've came type of thing, right? Like I
Mhm.
think one of the lines around this part is Sawamura says something like that's why like he's my rival or like it's
Yeah,
something along those
that's why I'm
lines.
glad he
Yeah, that's
came here,
yeah,
because if he
exactly.
wasn't here,
Yeah.
literally, yeah, they both dropped the same line
Yeah.
essentially. Like,
Mhm.
if I hadn't have come here with him here, we would never have gotten this good.
Right.
We also did a really cool line with the our senpai, who are gone and dead.
Mm,
They're haunting the the stadium, and they're like, "Damn, he's really wearing the number one, huh?
yeah.
Damn,
And
look
oh
at
yeah,
that."
yeah, and Sawamura does his typical thing, right? Doesn't he
Yeah.
do yeah, before the game or he says it when he comes in, right? And they're like, "Oh, we
Well, no,
haven't
they
heard
didn't.
that," or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, he's loud, but
He did it from the
he wasn't
dugout. He
pitching
did it
this
from the
game. Yeah,
dugout.
he did
Yeah,
it
yeah,
from the
yeah.
dugout.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So he did it for Furia. They're like, well, I can't wait to see the next game because he should be starting in that one. And everyone was like, I can't wait. So there you go. Also, we got a little bit of freaking ominous shit happening. Again, me and Nate have read some, like, I'm not gonna say anything. We get a little ominous episode title, and we get in the preview, we see Nori with his hand kind of,
Mm. Ace of Diamonds
yeah,
special.
Ace of Diamonds special, you know it. So, because they were gassing up how this pitcher core, it has the two goats who have that rock solid, reliable reliever behind them,
Mm,
and even both of them were saying the reason we can do so well is because Nori's behind us.
mm.
And then we get an ominous fucking some. It's I think the name of the next episode is Something's Off.
Oh,
Brother,
Yeah.
no.
yeah.
And we see a picture of we see a couple of frames of Nori with his hand. Oh boy,
Yeah, maybe
the Ace special.
yeah. Yeah. But not
But
yeah,
yeah,
this episode at least the content in here I would say is just like I said kind of setting up for the bigger match for sure with Ichidai and Sato and I think even around this time, there's like a scene with which they've done it many times, but like I feel like the scenes with like Miyuki, Furia, and Sawamura like always hit. Like when it's just like kind of like the
Yeah.
three of them, or like even if it's just two of them, and they have like the stairs little bit that they go on all the time.
Literally,
Yeah,
it
I think that
happened.
should have been in this episode,
It
right?
was Furia and Miyuki.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I remember like there's so many scenes like that in the series where like I feel like just scenes like that like hit for
The
sure.
trio doing the contemplative up the stairs, going,
Yeah,
"You're about to graduate.
yeah.
What'd you think of Adrian's pitching today?
Hmm.
Oh, he played like ass. But don't worry, he'll play better next time, hopefully. Cause holy shit, if he doesn't, oh, we're cooked.
Yeah.
He's still a little bit stiff. Yeah, literally happened this episode. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
remember it happening around this time. And oh, also another thing I think that happens in the game. Was it this game? There's like another cool bit with Haruichi and Kuramochi. Like they turn a double
Oh
play.
yes, they
Yeah.
turn a double play. Basically the pitch,
It's
the
not the
pitch
behind the
gets
back
hit.
because we already saw that,
No,
right?
it's not the
Yeah.
behind the back.
The
It's the
glove flip.
open glove.
The glove flip.
The glove
Yeah,
clip.
yeah,
The
yeah.
glove clip. No. He bounced the ball off his glove to
Mhm.
Kuramochi.
Yeah.
He didn't catch it or nothing. He just
Yep.
tossed it over, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Which I
we
mean,
turned a
come
double
on.
play.
That's just that's what
Yeah.
they always be doing, man. The
Everybody was like, "Holy shit!" And then of course Kuramochi, not Kuramochi, what's his name? Ryu-san in the crowd going, "You better be that good, little brother, because if you weren't that good, you guys wouldn't be able to take on Ichidai or fucking May." And everyone's looking towards May, and Sawamura's like, "What about Ichidai? They're first." They're like, "Bro, they're gonna lose. Shut up. No one cares about bald-headed Amahisa boy. All right, put him down
Damn.
and go off with the boy."
Well, you heard it here, chat.
Yeah, good
So
stuff. Good stuff.
Let's talk
yeah,
about
Wistoria.
some good stuff with Wistoria. Chat. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna be reacting to this. I'm gonna be joining for my own enjoyment. And I saw the special of Wistoria that was on Crunchyroll. Like it's a special reminder of what happened in season 1. I just watch it just like, hey, can you remind me what happens? Because I honestly don't remember. Like I do remember bits and pieces. They show what happened in the tower. They sorry, in the dungeon in lower level when he fought the Minotaur. Again, it gave me a flashback of Danmachi and everything. But then I remember, oh, same creators. You know, you're copying your own homework just in different style. So we move on,
Copying
and
your
then
own homework is okay, just not someone else's.
yes, it's totally okay. At least you're changing up a bit of the characters. Same story beats is fine. At least don't be like Hiromashima where you copy your own homework but still have the same designs, just a different hair color. Just maybe. With that being said, Wistoria, Man-God Grem. Without, can you not be too spoilery? I would how great
Don't be
of the
like the
episode
trailer
was.
for the series.
Teacher got donuted. Oh, anyway, that's not a joke, by the way. Teacher got donuted. Anyway, moving on. Um, yay, death.
Is it the one we saw in the trailer? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Teacher got donuted.
Yeah, yeah.
We get to see the trailer, the teacher getting donuted. But anyway, that's not a spoiler. It was in the trailer, just like the other kid dying. Look, it was in the
But we
trailer. You
didn't have
didn't
to
know
know
me.
it exactly in the first 3 episodes. I had look. I know we saw the trailer. I guess I'm gonna find out in the
Stop
first 3
talking
episodes.
about trailers and stop talking about
I'm
OPs.
talking about
Nobody watches
trailers.
trailers or OPs.
Anyway, no, teacher got donated, and the wands are all fighting amongst themselves, specifically the Magia Vander are all fighting amongst themselves because they want to go help. And big the king one up there says, "Don't do that. That's a bad idea. I'm not gonna let anyone go." So, the sword, our little Finn wannabe. It's just Finn from. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you
It
guys.
literally
It's
is
just
Finn.
Finn from
It
Danmachi.
literally is Finn.
Oh, Oh, the little small guy. Yes,
The
100.
little,
That's
yeah,
fair.
it's Finn.
Yeah,
Finn sits there and picks up our boy's sword, picks up Belle's sword and gives it to him and says, "Belle, you have magic. Use it. Fight."
Oh yeah, I saw
Uh,
that scene. I'm like, nah. Once I saw that scene on the top line, I'm like, nah. I gotta react to it. No, you know where I saw it?
uh,
In Nate's server, I was on his going threads, and then I was going through the Wistoria thread. Then I saw one of his people from his community literally posted as the clip, and then my dumbass, I'm a curious cat. Yeah, I'm a curious person. Literally, I see things on my timeline. I'm gonna click, even though I shouldn't. I don't read what it's saying. I just click, press play, then I'm like, oh, cool. Then I see you should be aware of the power that's always been hidden. I'm like, nope, exit, scroll away.
go
No,
back, go back,
no,
go back.
stop. Why did you do this?
yeah, so his hair turns white, he picks up the sword. Uh he picks up the sword, his hair turns white, and now he's just slaughtering the people that were there. So that's fun. Wonder what that's all about. um Like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I read this shit and I still don't understand what the fuck the look. You know what it
Is it
is?
just like an ass
See, they
pull? Like,
were.
what is it?
It's an ass pull because apparently he's always been able to do this. He just didn't know, and apparently he did this. In the past, you know how the one ice chick really loves him, like, and that's why she's like waiting for him
Mhm.
in the past when someone came after her, he used this power to save her, which is why she knows he's going to be able to get into the tower cuz he does have magic, he just doesn't know how it works. He basically is Asta. He has anti-magic essentially. He absorbs people's magic and can throw it back at them. That's look, all right, it's
Oh, he's
whatever.
Meliodas versus
Basically.
Asta. Just
Yeah.
Meliodas anti-magic, but reverse it back to you with anti-magic of your own magic.
Essentially. So yeah, he's doing that now. He's beating the fuck out of these things. Maybe it's just like, guys, this is an ass pull. This isn't even kind of like foreshadowed.
So,
This is just an ass pull.
so,
Like,
so, chat. I will come back next week when I watch the 3 episodes and episode 4. If it's as for or not, I will let you know.
anyway,
All right.
Wistoria, if you don't know, by the way, and I just want to say this, Wistoria means wand and sword. That's literally what it means. There's the wand and the sword. He was always going to get in the tower, okay? He is the sword. They call him
Yeah.
Sword. Anyway, drama, thriller, psychological. I want to talk a little bit about Nippon Sangoku again, and this time I pronounced it correctly because it's written correctly on the document. Because I wrote it incorrectly on the document last time, which is why I pronounced it incorrectly. Um, for the record, no, dude, this episode was really cool. We get to see our boy in his role now. He's kind of doling out these punishments ruthlessly. There's someone that took a lot of care of him when he was like going through training and all of that, and he found out he was corrupt, and he walks up and he straight up says, "Yep, hang him." And everyone's like, "Wait, you're not about to do that." And he's like, "Why the fuck not?"
Just another day in the
Corruption,
office.
he's like, whatever, he's corrupt, I'm going to slaughter him. Like, he's trying to bribe me, I understand that, I'm not stupid. Yeah, he was my friend, I don't give a shit, kill him. Corruption will be rooted out. I am not going to be part of the corruption, I refuse. And he's like, but I took care of you. And he's like, and he does the deep bow to him and he goes, "Thank you for taking care of me." And then he fucking releases them and hangs them. It's like, damn, okay.
Pops.
So yeah, he's pretty divisive. His colleagues either love him or hate him. There is nothing in between. Because he is just, if you're corrupt, you are dead. He will see to that. Like, so there you go. Also, last episode it was really fun during the meeting when he told the other region of Japan to surrender or die. What was said at the end of that meeting, that there was one thing that could screw us over so badly. It's like right now their leadership is weak. Right now the people hate their leadership. You know what the worst possible thing that could happen is, what if you send this threat and it forces the rebels to move and a strong dictator takes over? Because
Hmm.
if that happens, we're fucked. like like that will bring them together under a strong dictator. Like, this is not a good idea, because if something bad happens, it's on you. Anyway, so a strong dictator takes over that that
Of
region
course.
and completely gets all of the people on her side, which she is so cool, by the way. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want the main character to marry this chick.
Oh.
Not gonna lie, this might be a cool. This is my headcanon. I want these two to be together. They're really cool. But yeah, we're gonna see more of that. I can't wait till Nate catches up, because these
Yeah,
have
I
been
gotta
really
give
fun
this is yeah,
episodes.
this is one I definitely, because especially that first, like the first episode more so, but like I mean even the first two, I really was digging it.
Yeah,
So
I
the
still haven't
next two
watched it,
have
but
not.
I do plan to. I do plan to, because
Yeah,
I know you guys have spoke very highly about it, so I do plan to check it out. I just keep forgetting because it's on Amazon Prime.
mm, yeah, their
yeah.
players
Amazon.
kind
I
of
use
poop.
Amazon Prime.
Oh, do you?
Exactly. So, yeah. So I
I
just keep
do.
forgetting that. I just keep forgetting that it's on Amazon Prime for that reason. So I just need to
Yeah,
be
and
reminded.
Anime Kai Prime.
Yep.
Anyway,
Mm,
moving
Exactly.
on. Akane-banashi, YouTube series. Look at that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Have you
This
ever
is
Spanish
watched this?
and English.
this is another one like Ace of Diamond, at least for me, that like I didn't
You
watch
can
the
talk about it.
episode, but yeah, like I mean this episode's kind of like we talked about the previous episode, right? And kind of what Akane had to learn or like realize, right? And like the connection
This
with the
putting it
audience.
into
And this
play.
was her kind of, putting that into like
It was the
play,
fucking
right?
wake up call.
Yeah. So that's kind of what this episode focused on quite a bit, is her, that realization, right, of like how she actually has to connect with the audience and take the audience into account, like who her audience is, right? Like, is it older people? Is it younger people? Is it a mix? Like, how can I appeal to them and not just, you know, do use my skills, or just use the Rakugo, do
Not
the
just
Rakugo I've
overpower
learned,
them, not just do it my way every
right?
single time.
Yeah, like that connection
And
is very
yeah,
important, and she was kind of putting that into effect here in this episode for sure. I would assume that's the content they had.
yeah.
Also, I
We get
think
to see.
Koiji has a really dope performance in this part,
Yep.
if I remember correctly. So
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
We get to see a really cool thing, especially like you mentioned, her Ani-san, uh, what's his name? You said
Koiji,
Ko something, right?
Koiji,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Koji.
He watched Akane's performance and he's like, look at that. Okay, she did a little preamble. She got to know her audience. She sucked everyone in. She's doing really good. And then Akane slowly but surely started upping the pace until it was back to exactly where she wanted it. And he's like, holy shit, not only did she like do the thing and like change how she's telling the story for her audience, she did that and then said, nah, but fuck that, I'm gonna go back to what I want to do, and brought the audience with her, which is great, because
Mhm.
that's a skill too,
Oh
because you
yeah,
could start to do
And
that and
plus, on
lose the
T,
especially
audience, right?
especially like once you got them, like once you've captured them, you can kind of do whatever, really, like, because
Yeah,
at that point they're like into you like so much as a performer that you could really do whatever, right? So
yeah.
once you've made that
So yeah,
connection though is the important part, like making
and
that
she
first.
learned how to make that connection, and that
Yeah,
matters.
yep.
yeah, because
But
it took her a good week to work at a bar. Like her working at a bar and having that customer service, having that type of empathy, hanging out with all type of all type of generation, like old people, young people in the bar. She got to learn that, and that got her to what the person at the chef told her, like, you gotta accept people and accept anything. No, he was he was giving her the advice of that you have to bring people in and eye contact. That's what it was. You have to bring people in with eye contact to have that smile for them, where they could feel that type of welcome, that they're part of it.
Hmm.
And she did that. She got everyone to lock in eyes. She heard, oh, the same age as my granddaughter. She said, oh, yes. What do you think about that age? Yes. Why don't you come and see me in the States? Like I'm your granddaughter. Treat me as that with the well respect and love. And then she trying to get that one person too. Girls trying to figure that out. And I just love how she really accepted that she had flaws and work on improving them, even though she kept promising that she's gonna work on her midterms and work on her studies, even though she just
What are
keeps
those?
blowing her
Stop
spot.
making those up. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway,
Yep, those don't exist.
literally, yeah,
Those
those
don't
don't exist.
exist.
No, like you guys said, it's a lot. I mentioned this a previous week. I know I have, but the thing about Akane that really I love is that there are protagonists that you would give them this criticism. They'd be like, "What? No, but I want to do this. I want to do this," and Akane goes, "Oh, that makes sense. Holy shit. Okay, yeah, okay, I understand. I'm gonna learn that. I'm gonna get that. Yeah, for sure. Okay." This or like, oh, this asshole's not teaching me correctly. Freaking Ace June is the best example, right? Very early Ace of Diamond. He's not teaching me anything. He's just telling me to do these exercises over and over. Blah,
Hmm.
blah, blah, blah. He's not teaching me nothing. I don't like this guy. And then he eventually has to get shown why, right? Akane doesn't need that why.
Yeah.
She's like, why though? And she figures it out herself. Like, oh,
Yep,
and that's why she's such a great protagonist in my opinion. Like
I agree.
she'll disagree with you, but she'll always take what you're saying and go, "Oh, I get it. Okay, I get it. That's what you wanted me to do." Alright. And maybe she's wrong a couple of times, but like most of the time, she improves herself in an aspect, and there you go.
Hmm. I mean,
And
that's
I
the
But
love
thing
that.
though. That's the thing with like, especially Rakugo, right? And just like, I mean, this series and just in general, right? Is that like it's a lot of like kind of trial and error because like yeah, there's
yeah,
things maybe that you could get taught and you try to apply that or sometimes it works out, maybe it doesn't. If it doesn't work out, kind of what adjustments you need to make. If it does work out, you can kind of pinpoint the little minor tweaks or adjustments you need to make it even better. So that's like a cool thing just with this
for
series
sure.
in general. I feel like because like yeah, Akane has her like before these first couple episodes, it's been like a more selfish kind of Rakugo, if you'd want to put it that way.
Yeah,
And she can still have her own kind of flavor on it, right? But also, and she can adapt. That's also another thing that you see in this series quite a bit is like as the performance goes, like for a good Rakugo performer, right? That's what you have to be able to do is adapt. Depending on judging the facial expressions of the mood that the audience is in, like, right? Are they smiling? Are they laughing? Are they, they got bland expressions on their faces, like all of that stuff. Like you have to be attentive of that and adapt. And I feel like that's kind of where we're seeing, Akane go, right? And I feel like that's
yeah,
really what makes a really good performer, and that's going to be essential for her, obviously, going forward in the series. So and the fact that she just has people, obviously, I mean, it all starts with like Shiguma because Shiguma taught her father. So that's like the ultimate form of respect right there that she probably has towards someone with Shiguma because, you know, Shinta, obviously, she looks up to quite a bit. Um, and the fact that she has Shiguma just to start off, right? Like that's
Uh,
someone she highly respects. And if there's people under him, even she's going to respect them even more and take what they have to say. So,
Plus, if I could add on top of that, he was worried when he met the introduction of her mom to actually accept that she's gonna be working as an apprentice under him, and he thought that maybe Akane was gonna be hiding that against her mom, and her mom was like, "Nah, I knew this all along, and I'm
mhm.
okay. I'm not okay with this, but that's what my daughter wants to do. I gotta support her." She's like 10
I'm not
toes.
okay with this. I'm not okay with this. But my parents weren't okay with me becoming a hairdresser. I did it anyway, so she gonna do it anyway. So might as well
Exactly.
just give you the blessing. There you go.
So it worked out really well. I'm glad for him because he like went like full bowing as well. all three of them were like just went in a, you know, bound type of union. Like, hey, if like each of them gave respect to each other. Like, hey, we're gonna get this accomplished and we're gonna succeed. Hopefully, hope for the best.
Hmm. Yeah, I just feel
Yeah.
like in this part, like Kyoji was really like I said, I pointed out like his performance was awesome.
Yeah.
From what I remember,
The
and
super stoic, straight
yeah,
face playing it made everyone die laughing
hmm,
because he was so stone faced.
yeah,
They were like, and like you start to learn that everyone's got their own style.
hmm,
So like it's a bit of a it. I find this series so interesting because well, like Koji said early, right? He's like you're very like selfish in how you do Rakugo, but we also learn that like the higher tier, like the more powerful, like the more like the better Rakugo people, they are the most selfish.
hmm,
Like it's like and like he kind of is too. Like he does his thing, and if you're not gonna like his thing, you're not gonna like it. Because his thing is that he plays the stone face because that's all he can do. He's not going for laughs. He's just doing playing this straight. And you're gonna laugh at it. And I
hmm.
think I find that so fascinating because like he said you're selfish with it, but at the same end he kind of is too, right?
Yeah, and I feel
Because he
like,
has his style, right? And
mhm,
if you're not going to like his style, you're not going to like his performance.
right. And I feel like
It's
all the
just
different
so fascinating.
stories like of Rakugo can like cater to certain characters, like what they're going for, right? Like they're kind
Right.
of, or a story maybe that doesn't cater to them could end up just still being funny because of that, right? Because it's
Because
so
it
different.
doesn't cater.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Like a super goofy story where you're doing all these crazy faces that Akane makes, right?
Mhm.
And he's delivering it all stone faced. That could be more funny
Yeah.
because he's doing that.
Yep.
So it's
Especially, and
like
that could
it's
depend on the audience too, right? Depending on the
exactly
audience you
'cause
have, like maybe some, wouldn't find that funny, but also there are gonna be, some that do, and it's all about like kind of feeling that out, right? So
there's so much depth to
yeah,
what
it's
they're
awesome.
doing, and
It's awesome stuff.
it's so cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um. But yeah,
Good episode. Like, or
good
the
episode.
content that
Yeah,
should have been in this. I'm assuming it was. Yeah.
I
it
do
was a
hope.
really
But
good
no, I think
episode.
I
actually to this point, from what I remember reading, maybe aside from like the beginning with Shinta, maybe like this is probably like the best, like in terms of this the straight
It's one for
Rakugo
one. It's
performances.
on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Okay.
this is probably the best like performances we've seen to this point, at least from what I remember, like
For
in
sure.
terms of like the Rakugo stuff. So
also to add, I'm glad that we're also seeing an MC character that's like also surpassing high school, and also we're gonna see them in like in college life, like after high school life,
Not college.
because like no, because like we don't get that in other type of shonen MC recently. Like, usually like the Asta, the Deku, or characters we get them in the high school or from middle school to high school type of age, but to actually have a character that we see them as kid, going to high school, is a senior, about to graduate. Her her mentor, her
Shiguma.
sensei said
Oh,
yeah. He said like, "Hey, you're gonna start being my apprentice after next year, after you graduate next spring." So it's just really dope to see it as a character that we're gonna see them grow. Because I know in the current manga, like they're in chapter 200, so I know like time has flown or things has gone by fast to to tell the story. So just going by assumption.
I think she's 23 in the manga right now,
Oh wow,
or
time has
24.
flown. Love that. Look at that shit. It makes me actually probably want to read the manga to see where like how the story gets told as well.
Yeah.
yeah, good
But yeah,
stuff. Good stuff. As expected.
I'm gonna be upfront with everybody. The romance category, I could talk about shit, and I will talk about shit, but I'm gonna try to keep all of this to honorable mention because, like I said at the top of the show, some of us are cooked, some of us ain't watched shit, and so I'm gonna just kind of speed run through this because if I remember correctly, Vash, you're not watching anything in this category, right?
I'm
Except for
watching
Always a Catch.
mine. Yeah, all the catch, and as an observer log of the fiance who calls herself a villainess. and the Klutzy one, and I think that's about it. Yeah, I haven't started the Ramparts of Ice yet. Was planning to do that with Wifey, but we just didn't get the time this past week. But we are planning to this week. I already let her know in advance, so that's one that I was gonna jump on with you. But the other ones that you guys talk about, I don't really jump in. So if you wanna rapid fire those real quick, go ahead.
Yeah. Let's start with, you brought it up, Ramparts of Ice. This episode was really cool. We get the conclusion of the cliffhanger from last. It's Ramparts of Ice, not ice cream. Anyway, we get the conclusion of the kind of cliffhanger from last episode, where they kind of like, what do you think of her? And we were kind of right. We were going on the right track in that
She was trying
she
to protect her.
basically, it basically came down to, don't pity her. Like, I won't
Yeah.
let you pity her. Like, I understand that you approached me out of pity, and yeah, it worked out for the best, but like, don't pity her. Like, what, like, I will not allow you to like look at my friend like that, and I'm gonna protect her from you, and I don't want to ever hurt her again. And she does say again, which somebody, our, not Giraffe, because I always want to call him Giraffe, but our orange haired boy sits there and goes, again, so you've hurt her before. And and she doesn't say that out loud, but he kind of clocks it, right? And he goes, okay, this is a touchy subject. Like, I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna, I'm just gonna kind of back off. And he goes, well, yeah, well, it used to, I think I did pity her originally, but now I'm just kind of interested in her. And she's like, back off. No, no, my friend. Um, so it's really cute. We get to see also her throw her walls up to a degree that we've never, like, we've seen her throw these walls up, but this is the first time we've seen her start from being in an amicable position to just completely shutting somebody out. Because this happens this episode with she ends up seeing him with the boy from middle school who was like bullying her, right?
Ah.
And so she's kind of like, well, surely they're not going to talk about me. They talked about her. It's whatever. And they meet the next morning, and he sits there and goes, maybe we shouldn't talk about middle school. And she just looks at him like he's dead to her. And the walls come up, and she basically says, like, why do you keep prying into my life? Like, who the hell do you think you are? You disgust me. And like walks away from him. Like, she throws the walls up. She completely rejects him. And of course, our cute and cuddly giraffe boy is watching from the lockers. He actually sees this interaction go down, and he's like, what did he do? Like, and even our orange haired boy's like, Aminato's like, what landmine did I just step on? Like, cause like, we were amicable, and then I said something, and she did not like ignore me like she does other people. She looked at me with disdain and shut me out and said I was disgusting before walking the fuck away from me. Like, she said, no, I do not want you near me. Like, she basically said, fuck off, I'm done with you. Like, literally. It was like, damn. Like, it went 180 so fast, because like, she was like, I kind of felt bad, I'm thinking too much about this. And then he said that, and she walls up. The ramparts grew, the wall got there. There was a really cool sound effect of like the sound fading away. It gave me like a silent voice. It gave me like that. Like, there
Mm.
was like it was like
Like the
drowning
X's.
out all the sound. Yeah,
Oh,
like the X's,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
completely. It was like that scene where like the sound drowns out,
Mm.
and then like the X's, like you said. That's essentially what happened here. She completely shut him out. Like, completely. She completely closed herself off to him. And it was really cool to see that happen. They did it, they handled it really well. So Ramparts of Ice, I'm loving. Angel Next Door spoils me, bro. They're literally sleeping in the whatever. Look, just fuck already, honestly. Like, I don't know, man. They're not going to. But there you go. I'm in love with or I'm not. I'm in love. I made friends with the second prettiest girl in class. It's a lot of fun, honestly. If you're not watching it, watch it. Um, it is probably gonna be one of my favorite romances of this season. I'm putting it out there. Other than like Ramparts of Ice, of course. I'm gonna be honest. Angel Next Door spoils me rotten. If you like fluffy foo shit, that's your shit. But like it's just this. It is just sugar. It is just pure sugar. If you get cringed out by overt displays of affection and like talking about like you make my life have meaning, maybe don't watch this, but that's what it is. And I'm gonna be honest, this entire season is just gonna be that. I think he's gonna start training soon. Whatever, it's a whole thing. Anyway, but this one, it's a more down to earth. They're in a relationship. They've met. They've talked to each other. They're friends. They're really good friends. Another friend is becoming a friend with them. This is an actual. I'm really enjoying the hell out of this one. Watch it, okay? Another foo fluffy garbage shit if you want is I want to stop playing this love game. Bro, they're playing Love Chicken. They've got the Pocky. At this point they've got the Pocky and they're just like in between their mouths and they're doing the Lady and the Tramp thing
Oh,
and they're like whoever pulls away first loses. That's essentially what they're doing, okay? That's what this entire series is what it feels like,
Blue Balls
They're
the
they're
rom
playing
com.
chicken. Basically, no balls the rom com. Like, are you who's gonna look away first? And he Kabe donned her this episode, and she was
Of
like,
course.
like she's like, I didn't cream my pants, did I? Okay. they they got on Discord and were playing a game, and he's like, oh my god, she's in my ears. They did a freaking voice chat. They had the freaking the video chat. It's like, oh my god, she looks so pretty coming out of the shower.
My God.
Bro, it's literally no balls the anime. Like it's worse than Kaguya-sama was once they figured out they were both in love with each other. Okay,
Mm,
like it's crazy. All right.
that
Um.
sounds like it.
Otaku Gal's cute. They both like him. They both don't realize they like him. But the traditional Gyaru, the tan skinned one, is like, fuck it, I'll go on a date with him. And the other one's like, hey, mine. So we're gonna see how that pans out. Other than that, I mean, this is slice of life, right? Yoa Sensei.
Oh man.
Um, there's a there's a new girl who's also into Sensei's titties, who is a demon, who is a little gremlin going after Sensei's titties, and now she's part of the crew, I guess. Uh, and then after that, I mean, always a catch, which I'm sure our boy Vash is about to talk about with me. Um,
I would say also
very
Catch is
cute.
such a fun show to watch because you didn't expect the mother-in-law for her was actually gonna be in love with her
Oh
personality
my god,
and like such a fangirl.
he's
It's such a
so cute.
fangirl.
Is also sus.
His cousin's a creep. He doesn't understand when no is no, like stay away,
No, he
stranger danger.
understands. He just doesn't care.
Yes, thank you. That's a way better format to where to say yes. He just don't give a fuck.
He's
He
like,
knows the
bro, I'm
rules.
basically the prince. I'm good. What's up? But
He
yeah,
definitely stubborn for that.
like you said, I mean, like this show is like the always a catch is like it feels like what Angel Next Door Suppose Me Rotten would be if they weren't already moved in together. This is season one of an Angel Next Door Suppose Me Rotten, honestly,
Okay.
with supernatural powers and and fighting and shit. There's a little bit of differences, but it's basically the same thing.
I would say also
Uh,
that Always a Catch is it has me intrigued to watch it every week. I think it comes out like every Thursday, Wednesday. Like I look forward to Wednesday. Of course, ReZero is Wednesday, but also Always a Catch. I really enjoy it because like it's a good, fun type of romance to watch. I look forward to the guy
it's
that
good.
the guy that's the prince had never had life before, and his attendant like, wow, I've never seen him life before. He looks so happy. He looks so cheery. He looks like a total different person.
Wow. Turns out when he's not married to some or engaged to someone he just doesn't give a shit about, it works out. Wow.
Maybe we should do that more from now on.
Honestly. But no, and then Klutzy class monitor, girl with the short skirt. We get to see a really hot Gyaru chick.
Oh.
Yeah.
She shows up. That gets our Gyaru really sad. Gets poem like, no, don't tell her that she's attractive. You're supposed to only say that about me. You cheater.
Exactly.
And
It was
then
literally exactly word by word.
I mean, honestly, literally, exactly word by word. Like you guys think I'm doing the voice to make it all funny, but no, that's just what happened. And then they try to figure out who this Gyaru is, and they go to all the committee members, and all the committee members go, "She's scary. Don't go after her. She's scary. She's so scary." And then it ends up being revealed. No, this is the student council president. She was in a Gyaru outfit because she wanted to know why you always do the Gyaru get up. And
Yeah.
she's like, "Nah, I'm cute as fuck when I do that."
No, but hold up. We gotta talk about the big giant dude in the room.
that hasn't happened yet, brother. That's the next part of the episode.
It was no.
Yes, it was. It's the next part of the episode. I was getting to that.
Oh, my fault, my fault.
Yeah.
I jumped the gun.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, she's the class president, and then she's like, "Oh, that's cool." She's like, "Yeah, I just wanted to know why you like the short skirts and all that." And she's like, "I understand what you're doing, but it's just not for me." And then the next part of the episode goes, and big burly dude is the vice president of the student council. They're like, let's do a fundraiser, and they do a fundraiser competition, and then by the end of it, the vice principal's like, or the vice president's like, I won, and she's like, yeah, you did, good job, you did my work for me, dumbass, dumbass.
And then
It's almost
I
like
love how
leadership is about using people, huh? Dumbass.
then I love how at the end of the episode we find out like
They're friends.
I never
Childhood
beaten her
friends.
once, and I'm like, and he said I will beat her one day. I'm like, no, you. Well, once you do, you will fall in love with her, or if you haven't already.
I don't know if love is around the corner for these two. They're just good friends, I think. But
I
yeah,
don't know.
I mean that's all I've got for this section. What do you got, my friend?
The last one I was gonna say is an observation log of my fiance who calls herself a villainess. Still fun episode. We find out that in this episode in this series that our main character is not the only one that's been reincarnated in this game, in this universe of the reverse harem. We find out that there's another girl, the heroine, also has been reincarnated, and she knows about the plot. She knows about the characters, so she's been using it to her advantage and to try to get the other candidates, the other options, the other heroines to get her to fall in love with her.
That's literally like the
However,
one from last season that me and Neko watched.
Yeah.
yeah, but
You said that, I'm just like deja vu. Like,
I mean
hey,
they're all the same, honestly.
yeah, they're all the same, just slightly different, just slightly with a different personality or some sort, but the same concept. Because then what I hope to be our main girl, red hair MC character, she's still trying to help the prince to fall in love with her, but the prince is not saying like, girl, I'm not gonna fall over. I'm already in love with you, and that girl is using a charm that's not gonna work, and it shouldn't work on me because that will be against the rules or the regulations of the kingdom, and that's gonna be using power and magic over me, and that's not good. But he's literally just having fun and seeing where things go. He's like right now, the curiosity kills the cat. trying to go see, hey, where is this adventure gonna go? Where are we gonna find a little bomb here and it's gonna explode? How am I gonna solve this? He's having fun in these adventures, and I'm having fun watching it. The one thing I hope is that this red haired girl, the MC, our Bertia, hopefully she realized that she's in love with the prince, and that we could also get her characterization to be like, you know what, you already are in this universe, you already are part of this. The canon events has changed already to what you already thought from the game. Things have gone whole left field. Now just enjoy the life that you're already here. Don't mess with your opportunity with the prince, and don't mess with the relation. So that's what I'm hoping for moving forward within the next couple of episodes that we're gonna get before this season ends, until we get the next season in the future. Because I actually do enjoy this one, and I do enjoy the concept where hopefully we get more of her character and not just her trying to help her prince to fall in love with a bad chick that she doesn't realize there's bad chick. But then we see her in the background trying to plot something, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you." But then we see another character in the background trying to plot something else. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Do we have another bad guy of another bad guy? Who knows? It felt like I was watching a Scooby Doo episode.
Who knows?
Scooby Dooby Doo, where is
Where
he?
are you?
Anyway,
We got the last section is Isekai Fantasy. We know we got a lot of honorable mention because we know damn well Man-God Grem has a whole rundown of a list, because I'm gonna go first before him. I'm gonna go with mine, and I know I'm the only one watching, and I want to shout out because I still enjoy this and I look forward to it every Saturday. The strongest job is the apparently not a hero or a sage, but I'm an appraiser professional. I love how this man gets robbed, not just one, not just two, but three times by the same person, and still gets to have them help him. He like, hey, I help you enough. You robbed me three times. You're gonna work for my benefit. I'm a appraiser, but professional. Sorry, not professional. Provision, provisional, provisional. So it worked out for him in the long run. It got him to work and find the results of the next project. It seems like the elf chick has this person that's also hunting him or trying to find more information. And the comedy, I enjoy it because he realized that, hey, if he's trying to go home, he's going to leave the people that he already has built a relationship with. However, it depends if he makes that choice. Usually, some of these characters don't go back home because it's not possible, or maybe you can't, or maybe it's not like the Rise of She-Hulk. Like you could possibly find the way to go back home. Who knows? But that's one shout out of an anime I want to shout out to that slowly am enjoying and look forward to every week. It's not like a 8 or 9 or 10 out of 10 like Brazil and a few other series, but it's definitely a solid 7 out of 10 that I enjoy. It's a great one to just turn your brain off and have a good time. And those are one that I put in the high fun tier. How about you,
Okay,
Graham?
okay.
Anyone that you want to shout out right now on your list?
I don't know what he's talking about. I have no isekai other than the four main topics on my
Oh,
list
wow.
at all.
That was
Except
last
for, I guess,
season.
yeah, if you want to count Iruma-kun, I guess, but I've already talked about that. And then if you want to talk about the Warrior King, he's still trying to seduce her.
Yes, I did cut out to the Warrior King. This man got the biggest warrior type of mandingo, and even when he's shaved, it's crazy because he just loses like he lose 20 years of youth, and he looks like 20 years old. And when he gets the beard, he looks like he's a 45-year-old type of
Yeah.
barbarian. And I'm like, God damn, like just what about the beard?
His
This girl
age
just
halves when he shaves his beard. It's
literally,
crazy.
literally, and I'm like, bro, she literally fell in love with you, and your beard grows so fast, like in 3 days. Like, I get it. Mine doesn't grow that fast in 3 days, but mine grows fast. Like, that's why I just stopped shaving it. I mean, yeah, stop shaving it. I just trim it. It's very exhausting. It's like, nah, it's too much. So we also find out that my assumption, my theory is that the previous chief wife that was like her, I feel like that was her mother, or the guy that's about to become the new chief. His mother was her mom. That's my assumption. I don't know if that's possibly,
That would be problematic, to say the
yes,
least.
very, very problematic. That's why I'm like, I hope not.
Come here, step bro. Or half bro. Come here, half bro. No, her mom died. It's not her mom.
Yeah, other than that, those are the few isekais that I want to talk about. And other than that, I haven't watched the Vending Machine one. I haven't watched the Farming Life one. I haven't gotten back into those. So I will come back next week with a catch up of a few of the series of my isekai fantasy. But I know, Man-God Grem, we're excited to talk about how our boy Rimuru got caught slacking by our girl Shuna.
I think
Literally
that
with eyes unlocked, say, "Hey, you weren't slacking, were you?" You're like, "No." And I love how Raphael was like, "Hey, if you're honest, the problem will resolve itself
and it did. It resolved itself perfectly fine. He said we were
for a
doing
limited
research and
time."
this, and then she's like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Wait, didn't those guys leave 3 days ago? Why the fuck are you still doing it? And he goes, Raphael, help. And Raphael goes, I said if you were honest, it would work out. And you were honest. Now get berated because this was how you will learn from your mistakes. You dumbass. He's like, no, Raphael said no.
Bro, I was dying. I'm like, of course. And I'm just laughing at how these four fucking warriors in the dungeon, I feel like they're having way too much fun, like just killing all
Bro,
these
they're playing a
people.
video game, dude.
Yeah,
They're playing a
that's
video
Oh,
not.
dude, if I
game
was in
with
their position,
slaughtering
I'd
all
do
the
the same. I'd
boys.
be dicking off all the time, dude.
Bro,
Me?
they're having fun more than these people. I'm like, bro, who is it on? I believe it was Milam. Her as the slime, she's having a blast. She's speeding out there like Speedy Gonzalez, bro. She's having the time of her life.
Uh, we love that show. Anything
What
else?
um people are stupid. How you gonna have a diss contest when it comes to Hinata? Literally took a shit about Rimuru front of her while she's there as the proxy for Rimuru. But then we find out
He's not the proxy for Rimuru.
well, she was there as just as somebody who knew of him or like
Yes.
a representation of him in a way.
Yeah, this is the first, or not the first. This is the another instance of, hey, that Rimuru guy, he's not that strong, right? Like even Hinata beat him. Like he's not that strong. Like he's just using the power of the Storm Dragon. So if we make the slime happy, the little weak bitch boy slime, we make that little weak bitch boy slime happy, and then like keep him under our power. Hinata can take his ass out anytime we need, and we got the dragon on our side as long as we say that the bitch boy slime is our boy. So let's just do that and use the whole group. Yeah, and then we'll use them as a shield against the Eastern nations in case they start trying to invade. So that works. Let's do that. And then they basically approach Hinata, and Hinata's like, "Y'all want to be 100 p with y'all? I kind of like slime, dude. So y'all gotta do this without me, honestly, God. Honestly,
But
bro,
the
because like,
I love
I don't know,
what
man.
I love what she did right after. Like she tried to figure out a bit of 4D chess of like how did I get this position of who I just met? Did somebody plan this or did it just work out such a coincidence? Like I like how she's trying to figure it out, but it's a bit tough for her to be like yes or no. Like did it this go exactly the way they wanted to?
Yeah. She's like, are they trying to get me out of the picture, or are they trying to use me? And did I play into their hand, or did I not play into their hand? Fuck it. I'm done thinking about it. I'm gonna go teach the kids again.
Yep, exactly. So I really love that for this episode. Really
She's
good to
like, I
see.
don't fucking care. They'll figure it out. Let Rimuru deal with it. I'm good.
So let's see what happens on next episode. For those that don't know, is gonna be taking a break, I believe, this coming Friday. So
Not this
wait,
one. Oh, next one.
It's this week or
yes,
next week?
yeah, it's next week,
Next
chat,
week.
because it says that next
And
episode is
Bookworms
4
this
days
week.
from now. So and it is so Bookworm will be missing next week, but we will remind you again in such a few moments. Other than that, let's get to Witch Hat Atelier episode 4, where they came after her. They came after Coco. I didn't expect that.
They didn't come after Coke.
I mean,
They was observing Coco and Coco chase her, and then the
So what you're saying is Coco came after them.
they were lurking and spying on her. I don't know, but she
yeah.
did the decision she made to, like, I get her situation obviously with her mother and all that, but like the fact she just went out and kind of did that was, you know,
My thing is, wasn't Keyfree like there? Keyfree, like, I guess he stepped out like right before or something. But it's
Yeah.
like, nah, Keyfree's right there. Keyfree, go after the person you're looking for fuck's sake, Keyfree.
But also showed this bad witch was also observing her at the end of episode 3, where we saw them at the end. Like, I see that you're doing well. Like, you see, like, you are sprouting. So it just shows, like, okay, you're planning this for Coco. Why is it that you have such high hopes for Coco? Like, what is it that you're planning or hoping to accomplish? So it's very interesting. Like, there is like some type of big mastermind plan that we don't know yet. But
mhm.
also just to see, like, hey, yes, Coco chased after the Bad Witch, but it's because they need answers, and also Coco needs a new book since the previous book got turned in ice and flame and everything else. So it's like, hey,
Doesn't need a new
I need
book. She needs the book so she can
save her
figure out
mom.
what spell was used for her
Yeah.
mom, right?
So it's just very interesting to see, like, okay, these other 3 girls are blaming Coco for the issues, but Coco right now just found out about this whole new world within a week and still trying to grasp reality. And it sucks to see her, fall short. As an MC, I really like this for a character because it shows a bit of progression, but also I feel bad for Coco because, like, she's saying that she keeps doing fuck ups. It's like she's not doing it on purpose. It's just what's occurring, and that's what sucks to see her go through.
I think that line was just so mean and targeted. The line of, yeah, you didn't mean to, just like you didn't mean to turn your mom into stone. Like, bro, come on, really? Like, why you gotta do that to her? Bro, she's already dead. Why you gotta keep going, bro?
Yeah.
Rubbing salt on the wound.
Honestly.
Yeah, but aside from that, I mean, I feel like, yeah, obviously that is a big deal with like the brim caps and just, what are their intentions with Coco. They say, Coco's kind of like the key and all that. We did get a lot of world building, I would say, in this episode as well, going more into like the lore and specifics of like the magical ink, and I think like the silverwood tree, and like how the stuff is like extracted, and
How it can be diluted and
yeah,
distilled.
which
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, I like the little like kind of just little details like that I guess add more to just like the magic of the series. And the thing that is interesting to me now, I know there's the whole like memory erasure and stuff like that, but when they went to this city, I'm just like, it's a whole city of witches, and magic is like some secret kind of thing, and it's just
Are
like,
you asking how does Diagon Alley exist? Is that what you're trying to
I'm
do?
not, like,
Are you
how
trying to ask me how Diagon Alley exists?
you what? What are you saying? This has to be a
The
reference.
entire city of magic from Harry Potter, the whole city of magic.
Bro, I've watched like one Harry Potter movie. That's why I did not clock
Damn.
that.
Oh my
Wow.
god, they had the one Harry Potter and they had the one Spider-Man. Oh my god, we gotta put this man more in
Bro,
movies.
you can't be pulling out references like that for me, man. But
Alright,
no, it's
well,
just like the whole thing. The whole thing. It's like, it's very unlikely to me. Now, I'm sure there are obviously people that do know like magic and stuff like that. That's like, but it's just very unlikely to me that you got a whole city here that's full of witches, and you telling me not any of them know about magic. It's just, I don't know. That bit of it is kind of like I said, I know there is the whole like memory bit that they do, and just they take certain measures, I guess. The witches are probably taught in a certain way, the ones that are able, because it's like a biological thing, you know.
well, it's actually not. They lied about that.
Or they're taught, they teach them that it's like a biological thing, but the actual like process of how magic is done with the the writing and all that, is what they don't disclose. I just feel like
For
that
sure.
part of it, is like I just find that very unlikely. I don't know. Maybe it's just a little nitpicky to me or something, but
No, I feel you. I
yeah,
feel
because you got like
you.
a whole, and I get it. Like this location they're at is like in bumfuck nowhere. It feels like up at like in the freaking mountains, and like they had to fly. I mean, surely, like yeah, I think they had to fly actually to get there with how it like the terrain it's in and all that. Um, so like it feels like at least this city. I don't know if there's other locations like that, but they're like probably intentionally made to try and prevent as much outside you know, people coming in as possible or like influence. So I did find that kind of cool. It's always, just dope seeing new locations and kind of series like this. So yeah, that was one thing that definitely caught my attention with this episode was that kind of bit, like the whole which I love how they showed off the town or whatever itself, the city. But yeah, going into the details more of like the magic and the ink and stuff like that was cool. Also, the place they ended up in after because y'all mentioned
What?
the y'all mentioned the brim cap they ran into already and stuff like that, and how they ended up in this other area, this unknown bit,
They
which
ended up in Hueco Mundo,
yeah, I was gonna say it
and
reminded me of Hueco Mundo, or it reminded me of like the one city in Pokemon, like the 8th gym leader in Emerald,
um,
Pseudopolis. Cause like that
yeah,
that whole like area is like just grayed out, and it's like I was like, that's literally what this kind of reminds me of. But yeah, the bleach bit, the bleach reference
So what's
is
funny is
valid too.
that this episode reminded me of Hueco Mundo in the outside of the tower, and then ReZero in the sand reminded me of Hueco Mundo and when they were inside the tower.
Mhm.
yeah.
And of course, you got dragons. You know,
Dragon D's.
crazy. Yeah, this is
My
a good
assumption
episode
is
all around.
that the witch sorry, not the witch, the spellcast on the stairs, they have to erase that because I assume that has to do with what our girl Coco saw.
Wait, say that
I think
again.
Coco should just leave these little freaks.
What'd you say,
He
Vash?
said Coco saw a seal
Oh yeah, and
and was trying to tell.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, in that
It might be
moment,
something.
it is kind of like a hard thing because like you got 4 other like that was another big thing with this episode was kind of like the teamwork aspect and the clashing like personalities, right? And just kind of how each of them handle situations like this because I feel like Agate was the more like composed one, I would say. She kind of had
Agate
like
some little shit. I don't like Agate.
nah, I see I could see why right now that people say that, but I
Yeah,
feel like
for
there
sure.
was bits in this episode even where I was like, okay, like I could tell like because even the little bit when Coco was kind of gassing her up, when she had used that fire spell, right? And Agate's kind of interaction with her right there. I was like, okay, like, that was like something where I'm just like, okay, she's not there's more to her
It gives
obviously than
Yeah, it
what we
gives
get
me
from the
like
show.
big brother energy, right? Like,
I
you're
agree.
so cool, big brother. You're a fucking dumbass piece of shit. Like, get away from me, little brother. I
Yeah.
hate you. Like that's what this feels like, you know?
Yeah. But I do like seeing that though, like how they focus on that so far is especially Agate and Coco and their like interactions and how they kind of work together and how they don't work together, obviously more so don't work together, but but also seeing like the other girl, forget what her name is, Tetia, maybe I think her name was the pink hair girl. I think that was
Yeah.
her name.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, like seeing how she was getting in her own head in the situation, which in drastic situations or desperate situations like this, like yeah, you see kind of these other, the inner the minds, right, of like how certain characters are in these moments. So I did like how that was showcased and just seeing how different characters handle certain situations and how they work together and um but yeah, I feel like Agate is one that I could see why for sure. I'm not even gonna say like I just find her more fascinating right now would be like for me
Yeah.
as a character.
I mean,
I'm not
yeah,
gonna
we
sit here and say
mentioned
like I
it.
like her, I love her right now, just as a personality wise or whatever. But I just feel like there's a lot more to her.
She's definitely got some
Yeah.
trauma, right? We mentioned this last episode. This is the Sasuke character. This is the rival. This is Asta, the light guy
Oh,
to
you know.
To Asta. Like that's what this is, right?
Mhm.
They're gonna end up being friends eventually.
Yeah.
They're gonna end up being friends slash rivals. This is Furia Ajun. Like this is what this is. We get it. We're just waiting for the other shoe to drop. Why the hostility? And when is it gonna get better? You know, that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah. So good split. You know, he had a pretty cool chase scene. You had some more, lore and stuff like added at the beginning
Yeah.
part of the episode. So I feel like it was a good like kind of package of an episode.
You know what else has a good package?
Bookworm.
Ferdinand, right?
Yeah,
He's
I
gonna
was
be singing
gonna
for the
say,
ladies.
but
Oh,
no, yeah, Ferdinand. This episode's a lot of fun. Uh, I'm gonna sit up so I can talk. Now, this episode's a lot of fun. We get mine being manipulated by books over and over and over again. Um, mine being a little bit sad about that, kind of feeling some type of way about being manipulated. But she decides to get her little revenge by sitting there saying, "Well, we're gonna print out pictures of you. We're gonna make you into an idol, and we're gonna harvest your looks for money. So we're gonna take advantage of you, Ferdinand."
oh,
So that's fun. They set up an idea to do a concert, and Elvira's gonna be in the front row so that all the people are like, well, if we pay a lot of money, we can be around Elvira, and then Florencia is gonna pay a little bit of money and be in the outside, so all the poor nobles or the poorer nobles don't have to think about, oh, we got to spend all this money, or like we'll look bad if we're not in the front with Florencia and Elvira. It's like, no, Florencia's in the back, so that means we can kind of cheap out a little bit and we can hang out around Florencia. So they got the high rollers covered and they got the low rollers covered. So they're distributing that well. Mine is trying to make mimeograph printing so that she can start printing detailed pictures so that she can mass produce pictures to make flyers of our boy Ferdinand to maybe, I don't know, do something with those, whether it be concert posters or maybe she's gonna, I don't know, who knows what she's gonna do with those, but she's working on that so that she can use Ferdinand's good looks to get more money. And then she's gonna, instead of inviting people to a tea party like is what is normal for noble society, she's instead gonna charge them entry fees. And so, there's that. Maybe she's also gonna have some goods and services there. Who knows? But it looks like she's gonna throw a concert. So we're gonna use Ferdinand for all he's worth. We're gonna milk him dry. Speaking of milking dry, Ferdinand finally got a couple of things he wanted from mine. In that he got a recipe from her, specifically the recipe to the consomme, I believe, which he really loved. They do a really good job of kind of splitting it. Elvira is supposed to. So all the nobles in this show are supposed to be stone faced all the time, no expression, like that, because they're supposed to hide how they're feeling. But Elvira is very expressive in the anime, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just not what was in the novel. But they do a really good job with Ferdinand specifically of always being stone faced, always not showing how he's feeling, always being like really stone faced. In the last episode, when he had the consomme, he drank some of it. He's like, "Wow, this shit's really fucking good." But of course he just kind of like reacted like, "This dish is beautiful and delectable. Yes, yes, quite." Well, Rosemine cashed in on that and said, "Fuck it, I'll teach you how to make it."
but like you got to do this concert and go, and she's like, I'll also make you new music to perform, and he's like, you did not give me enough. And Richarda comes in and goes, actually, you're gonna do it and stop being a little shit. It's like, yes, Grandma, I'm sorry. So that was funny. But yeah, I mean, you watched this episode, Miguel. What do you think?
This episode was very solid. I really enjoyed it. The only thing I question is that hey, Rosamund and Lutz is having their own project together, so they're doing something cool together when involving to the Memo graph.
Yeah, mimeograph printing.
But the question is, I mean, not Lutz, Rosamund and her brother don't seem to get along, and it seems like is that what happened from episode one ending, but we don't get to follow up with it, and they keep teasing us about it because supposedly she's unfair.
Yeah. Rosemine's taking all the attention from the parents, and now he's upset. Fuck Wolford, honestly. He can go bask in being a little bitch. I don't really care about Wolford. Anyway, moving on. No. Nah. Oh yeah, Wolford seems to feel some type of way about the parents' attention being grabbed away, or Rosemine being unfair because oh, she's getting all the attention. So yeah, he feels some type of way. We know this, by the way, because that was what the scene previous was. I know there was no dialogue, but she was talking and everyone was engrossed in what she was doing, and he's like, nobody's looking at me and paying attention to me. So no, it's not a spoiler. Fuck you guys. Anyway, moving on. Um, it's called context clues. Anyway, no, we also get this really cool scene, which is really interesting. Again, she goes into her hidden room with Daniel and doesn't take Bridget in. And when they come out, he sits there and goes, "Can I?" She goes, "Can I go to the workshop alone?" And they say no. And he goes, "Okay, Bridget, fuck off. I don't need you. Daniel, come on." And Bridget kind of takes offense and goes, "Do you not trust me? Like, what's going on here?" And
Uh-oh. He was saying too much. They had to knock him offline.
Hello?
He was saying too much.
oh, am I here?
Oh, you're
Oh,
back. You're back.
ah,
The
uh,
creators cut you off somehow. I don't know how they
honestly,
did
yeah.
that, but
Nah, we got this. Like I said, we got this really cool scene with like Bridget. I don't know how far I got in, so I'm just restart from the top. But Bridget felt some type of way about not being included again, and Rosemine says probably the most intelligent thing she said this entire series. Of well, let's look at this logically. You're the daughter of a Geeb. Your brother is a Geeb, and your family relies on creating trends and stuff, and that's what I'm doing. So, um, there is no guarantee that you won't take what you hear today and use it for your own benefit and cut me out of the process. That wouldn't be good. And I have no way of really keeping control of you. And you are the daughter of a Geeb, like I said. You're relatively high nobility. Like you're not super high. You're a meta noble, but you're enough that it would be a problem if you tried to do something. Daniel has no land, no money, no bitches, no prospects. If he turns on me, I can just kill him, and nobody will care. So he's much safer in this respect. And Bridget goes, "Shit, you right? Shit, you right? Yeah, no, go ahead, King. Go ahead. You know what? That's good logic. Go ahead." Which is really sad because like that's not why she's doing it, but like that is why Ferdinand allowed him to live, because like that is just real. Like he no money, no land, no bitches. Like he there's nothing going for him. Like if they need to take him out, they can. So he really is just the safe option to have guarding Rosemine. She says it, and she didn't mean it. Well, that's just the truth, which is kind of sad, honestly. So yeah, that was funny.
I will say I'm really happy to see the characters around mine having more than just a layer. They're having like more than just what they present themselves. And on top of that, can we find out what happened to the brother fucking relationship? What it's all about is unfair.
He dragged her body on the ground for like fucking a mile before realizing that she was passed out bleeding to death.
Yeah,
Like,
wrong.
yeah,
But what's the repercussion for him? Because he seems to be he's upset about it still.
who knows, man?
Who knows?
Who knows?
But other than that, let's move on to what Man-God Grem has been waiting for. What he's been waiting for this whole episode that could have been the only thing we covered this episode itself is ReZero episode 69, episode 3 of season 4.
Oh,
The horror.
the horror episode. I'm gonna be honest. This is some of the stuff that I was afraid that they wouldn't do well, and the fact that they're doing this well, this was done so good. Like the vibe and the tenseness and like the slow descent into madness and just the uneasiness you get from this episode and the small visual cues you get. So I'm gonna be honest. I read this part in the web novel, so I remember things differently because they did happen a little bit differently. But this specifically, the way this happened was so good, and they did it so well in the anime. I'm so happy with it. So there's also a couple of like really interesting lore beats and like theory places you could go from this episode because there was doors and he calls them doors, but Ram and Anastasia go, I don't know why you got door. They look like blockages or annoyances or like roadblocks. Like I don't know why you're saying door. And for some reason, he thought door. This looks like a door to me, and that's something interesting that he perceives these as doors, not as just blocks or like things that are in the way. Because that's kind of what they got
Played
from
too
it.
many
And
games, man.
yeah, he plays so many games. But he passes through very specifically 3 doors before getting blocked, which 3 is a pretty significant number because it corresponds with something about Subaru. And in the web novel, we were kind of nudged this way. In the light novel, I don't know how it was handled, but 3 things. What can we think that Subaru has 3 of? We know that. We know that
3
Echidna.
lollies.
You know what? 3 lollies. That's what it is. No, we know that Echidna, when trying to make Subaru be at ease in the dream realm, had her drink some of her bodily fluids, and she said, "I was using the bodily fluids to sync your witch factor with this place so that you're fine here." And we learn that he can use sloths, that he can use the unseen hand from sloth. So presumably he has the sloth witch factor, right?
Yeah.
Return by death is presumably a witch factor ability or something like that,
And then
right?
Regulus.
And then he killed Regulus, or he didn't kill Regulus, but I don't see a witch factor ever going into Reinhardt because like of how Reinhardt's body is, and probably not Amelia, but it would make sense if it went into Subaru because he's already got a couple of witch factors. because return by death is a witch factor, whether it be pride or uh envy, probably envy, surely, right? But envy's still alive, so is it the envy witch factor or is it the pride witch factor? Because there is no pride in the stories thus far. So is he pride or is he envy? But is he envy because envy's still alive? She's just sealed. So does he have the envy witch factor or does he have the pride witch factor? Anyway, he has 3 witch factors, 3 doors opened up. So that's interesting.
Hmm.
Um,
So to get through
does
more,
he
it's
have to
like, what, you know,
does he have to come back?
yeah. Does
But
he have to leave
even
and come back
then,
here, you know,
does
or
he
like,
want to come back?
right, right.
Because we saw what happened going down this path. This path is dr- drowning in miasma.
Yeah.
And we've heard of the word like the witch's miasma before, and like the witch's scent, right? That's what they
Yeah.
say is coming off of Subaru, right? But now we get to see the actual real ramifications of miasma. It erodes at your body and your soul and your mind. It erodes it, it destroys it, it eats at you, it gnaws at you, it lets your insecurities come to the fore, right? And
Hmm.
we get to see that here. They're trudging through this. I remember Nate during his reaction, we saw when they first opened the first door, I saw Nate's eyes kind of click like, wait, is everyone here kind of out of it right now?
Yeah.
And then everyone kind of got snapped awake, and then they kept going and they kept going,
It
and it
was
was like
first Anastasia that I
descending.
noticed, that I clocked. I was like,
Yeah,
she looks like she's like kind of like, because Ram and
she's
Subaru were still
out of
kind
it.
of, at least in comparison to her. But like, yeah, Anastasia
Yeah,
was like the first one where I was like, I didn't really make that big of a deal of it because it was just her. But then like the next bit, it was like,
all of it.
yeah, it was
It was
all of them. And I'm
all
just like, oh, okay. So
something's happening
I think it
here.
was really cool that like, you know, because this time it was just like the environment itself, you know, was like, because
Yeah,
usually like you're fighting the witch call or you got mob beasts or you got, you know, whatever they, but this was just, there
well, you
wasn't
got these
even,
external factors.
yeah,
This wasn't.
yeah,
This was just the environment.
yeah, which,
Is
yeah,
so cool.
yeah, it definitely,
This was atmospheric horror at its best.
right.
And like, dude, this episode was chilling to watch.
Hmm.
The way they slowly descended in that dark hall, they were slowly getting a little bit more irritable. We got the statement from Anastasia of like, or we got the statement first from Ram saying, Barusu, shut up. And then he kept talking a little bit, and we get Anna, or Fox Kidna, whatever you want to call her, saying, "Hey, you can keep going, but it's when people are irritable, it'll just get worse," which is so real, by the way. Like that is just real, right? When you're irritable, sometimes just immediately talking to that person ain't gonna make it better. You just got to give them a little bit of time, let it simmer, let it get down a little bit. But this is great because it just keeps boiling and boiling and boiling, and it almost feels like some of their insecurities are coming to the forefront,
Yeah.
like the way Ram is like the tisk every single time the she's sucking her tongue, she's like, or sucking her teeth, she's like, ugh. Like she's so annoyed at this. And she's like, no, I'm here to save my sister. I don't give a shit about anything else. It's for my sister. And don't you ever say I don't care about my sister. And then you see him going, what the hell? You don't even know her. You don't know anything. And like, I'm the only one that cares. And this is a dissent. And then he lashes out at Echidna, who, not Echidna, well, yeah, Fox Kidna, who did nothing wrong, right? Lashes out at Anastasia, and the just slow descent into madness was so well executed into this kind of like terrifying fight scene where he is choking the life out of her. He is trying to kill her. and he chokes her until she like passes out, like she blacks out momentarily, and then she of course frees herself. But like, holy shit, that's something like Subaru would never do, right?
Yeah.
And they're just going into this madness, and then of course Fox Kidna kills or stabs Ram through the chest, and it's like, well, if we're talking about who's more useful here, it's definitely Subaru, which is like, okay. And then like they're talking, and then something that I didn't know, again, this is web novel light novel differences, but something I saw getting thrown around a lot, which I think is super fascinating, is that when the bisection happens and
Fox died,
um
or like the
Fox
spirit, right?
Kidna dies,
And it was
she
her
dies
actually freaking out.
instantly.
It was
So
Anastasia herself.
Anastasia
Yeah.
wakes up, and that's what Anastasia is coming back to. Her
Yeah. Imagine
body is
coming
cut
back
in
to
half.
that. Just
Yeah,
your
and
top
she's
half and your
the top half holding on to Subaru, her guts falling out, and she's like what the hell? Like, I don't want to die. And
so that
then
was just like what
the oh
so was that
dude,
just like her actual normal like genuine reaction, or was the miasma still like
why
affecting
I
her like
I
personally
don't
at
think
that,
it affects her, right? I think it was affecting, and
because it
I
didn't
think this
set
is
in maybe
another
for
thing.
her when she snapped back,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
or
think
something.
she took over that body, and she's like,
Yeah.
and like the
She had to
miasma
take all
had
that
no
in at
chance to get
once.
to her. Yeah,
This
she just got hit with
situation.
everything. She's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Which also brings a little really fun ramifications as well. Does that mean she remembers Julius and Fox Kidna doesn't? Because the switch happened
Mm.
before Julius got his
Yeah,
memories
how does
eaten,
that
right?
work?
Or his
Yeah.
name eaten. So does she remember Julius?
Mm.
There's so many theories that can
Yeah,
be
I don't know
thrown
if that would
around here,
still
you
I don't know if
know?
that would still like apply or not, because it yeah, that is an interesting thing to bring
Yeah,
up for
because
sure.
I remember reading this, and I had the theory that part of the reason Fox Kidna didn't want to switch, like part of the reason she didn't switch, because I think there is part that she doesn't know how to fix, like switch, but I think there's also maybe like a mental component of her not wanting to switch because she doesn't want Anastasia to not remember Julius. And that's like kind of my head canon of this event. So I don't know if that I I don't know if that's a thing, you know.
Mm.
That it's just that was my head canon of it, like, oh, that would be really sweet, right? But we don't know anything, so just this whole thing, man, this whole episode was so great. It was so horrifying, it was so brutal, it was so the viscera just coming out of Echidna, and the gore of Patrash, the
That was
way
the
it was
cherry on top.
described,
Yeah,
that
Patrash.
was
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
The way it was described in the novel was like there was this like disgusting, like off-putting crunching, and we hear that in the anime,
Oh, the
right?
hair
They're
too,
just
dude. The
the
hair.
crunching, and then Patrash turns, and there's like hair and blood on her mouth, and like it was described as that in the novel too, like the head comes towards me, and I could have sworn there was some pink near her mouth, and I didn't know what it was. I didn't register it. And then she opened her mouth, and there was the blood strands, and the pink hair. It was like, holy shit. And then the demonic
The
laughter, the
laugh.
ha ha ha.
Yeah, the
Like,
laugh
oh
was
my god, Patrash. Oh bro, it was such a good scene.
yeah.
Holy
The laugh was
crap.
wild, by the way. The laugh was crazy.
And
Yeah,
the way, oh dude.
the way just everything was
Hook
like
me.
the way just everything, yeah, like was put together. I feel like the direction was phenomenal. A lot of like the choices they went for, like with the blue like filter, like the lighting.
Mhm.
Some of like the fish eye lens, like the one with like
Yeah.
Anastasia, like that shit was like awesome. I feel like they definitely, just for like a horror-esque episode, like this was like just perfect all around. Like the voice acting from the characters when they were spiraling, like as they were spiraling, the little bits, like when Subaru threw like I think he had like a drink or something, didn't he? Or like
Yeah,
or
he
a
had a
canteen.
canteen.
Yeah, he just like
Yeah.
threw it behind him, just like little bits like that. I
Which
feel
makes
like
no sense, like, they're in a desert, why would you do that?
yeah,
But he's just so
yep,
frustrated, right?
yep.
Oh, dude, it
Like
was
nothing
so
even
good.
matters. But yeah, just like the voice acting, the music, even in a lot of the scenes that they used, like yeah, it was just they absolutely nailed just kind of what they were going for with this episode, which I kind of was reading and heard some bits that like they actually it was kind of like a decision for them to make this because I guess there was more action with the
Yeah,
creature he was fighting or whatever. Like I guess that was a lot more brutal than maybe like it was, Subaru struggled a lot more. I guess like
yeah,
maybe more than it was shown in the episode, right? But they wanted to go more so the horror route and showcase that, and I feel like
yeah.
that was the right decision, honestly, in my
I thought
opinion.
these were gonna be 2 separate episodes, I'm
Uh
gonna be
huh.
honest,
Mm.
because like, again, my knowledge is slightly different because I read this
The
entire
web
arc in the
novel.
web novel. But I remember the centaur stuff. There was like this whole time of him, he had coins and he would throw a coin because he realized that the centaur couldn't see. It
Hmm.
couldn't see or like it couldn't see or like feel them. So he was like throwing coins off to the side to distract the centaur. But for some reason the centaur always kind of honed back into him and he ended up realizing, holy shit, the reason this centaur keeps screeching is it's using echolocation. We can't hide this way. Like we have to like do more than this to really get away. And so yeah, there was a lot more trial and error. He wasn't so much a damsel, like he wasn't saved immediately.
Hmm.
Um they tried a little bit of more things. In the web novel specifically, the centaur kills him once, which apparently in the light novel didn't happen. Again, that's
Mm.
differences between the light novel and web novel. But I was expecting him to die again this episode, and he didn't. And I was in Nate's chat. I was like, I think they skipped a death, and they're like, no, that's the web novel. And I said, oh, okay, light novel, web novel differences. My bad.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was it was so cool the way they handled it, and yeah, of course they cut down on it a little bit, but like the way they handled the horror aspect and like that first death down here,
Yeah.
they did it so well. So I'm very happy with this episode.
Yeah, they knocked it out of the park for sure. It was just like it was like something that was like really hard to watch, but you're just like
Yeah,
you can't look away, you know? Like you want to look away, but you like really can't, you know?
yeah.
Um I was just like so like kind of captured by like how they handled this episode. Like you were like kind of locked in. Like I said, even though it was tough to watch and you're just seeing your characters act like how they don't, I'm sitting there yelling the whole time, like, this ain't Subaru, this ain't, this ain't even them, stuff like that. I was starting to think like, because I think of like season one, I was like, this may have been like the route Subaru's character could have went, like if we didn't get a lot of this development from him over time, like this could have been the Subaru we know now, right? Like who knows? Uh, because yeah, it's bringing out like a lot of those like insecurities and a lot of just maybe like you would say like the bad or like negative, kind of aspects of some of our characters. But yeah, this was really a really good episode. The thing I'm curious about, obviously I don't want, answers from
Yeah, I
Gremlin or
don't know.
anything.
I
Yeah,
haven't I
yeah.
haven't
But
read the
like I'm
light novel.
curious
I
if
don't know.
yeah, like with the miasma and stuff, like I'm wondering if there's more
Like
on
checking the
top of
rest of it
that.
too.
I'm wondering if it's more like maybe something else with the watchtower or like the
Oh,
makings of it, the creation of it. If like I don't know if Shala maybe has to do something with it or if there's something else going on. But I'm wondering if it is just the miasma itself that is the blame, right? Because like that's what it seems
right.
like right now that we can say. But I feel like maybe there's
They
more
got so
to it.
dark so quick. Like, surely there's more to it. Yeah, I get
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
Like, we don't want to believe that this just the witch's miasma can cause this bad thing. Like, surely there's something else at play, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this whole location. It's supposed to like ward people off, right? And like Shala's out here sniping people that even kind of get close. Like, so like, surely like there's more at play.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good like thought, right? Like, who
Yeah.
knows? Like,
Mm-hmm. Shala's
what is
sniping
really
people
happening?
so they don't get here, so they don't have to go through this.
You know what? Maybe Shala's the goat. Maybe
Shala,
that's
yeah,
what it is.
Shala onto something actually, because she's probably thinking like, yeah, this is a way better way for you to, go out than what we just saw in here, So
Yeah, because Subaru dies instantly, doesn't even realize he
yeah,
respawned one of the times. So it's like, yeah, hey, it's painless. Like,
mhm,
let me just snipe y'all, so you don't have to deal with this.
yeah,
Because once you start dealing with this, it gets horrifying.
yeah. Which
But
that's another thing. The two paths, right? Because I think we talked about this off air, but like one path is a more natural kind of like just nature, I guess, or just like, how things ended up down here. And then like the one path was more like, oh, this shit was like manufactured or made. Like this was made with a
yeah,
purpose, like intentionally. Um,
mhm,
right. So that's another thing that maybe kind of adds on to like, is it more than the miasma, right? Um,
for
so
sure.
that's another thing. People were making jokes too. Is like if I remember in that situation, after seeing this episode, I'm going left, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like next time I'm forced to choose left or right, I'm going left. I don't care what it is.
uh,
uh, but not.
I think
Yeah.
something I saw a lot in your chat again. I do remember reading this when I read it, but yeah, that reference that he made initially, he's saying Sigmund Freud, right? That like Freud says this. In the novel, I believe he says, yeah, well, in Hunter x Hunter, Kurapika says that humans have a tendency to choose this, so I'm gonna choose this, like Kurapika would. Like, so yeah, like he literally name drops Kurapika. He's really pulling out a Hunter x Hunter reference here.
Hmm.
So that's a thing that happened.
Yeah. And I'm just curious to learn, like, to kind of top it all off, because I feel like, yeah, we hit the episode. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, it was a great display of like just the horror element.
I'm
But like
happy
I'm
with what you do. Yeah,
yeah, I'm interested in just Shala's character in general. Um, obviously we heard her repeat the same thing she said in the
at the end of
previous
last
episode.
episode, right?
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
and just like I see, even when I first saw her design, even before the anime here, like I'm seeing her attire, and obviously the color scheme matches like Subaru's jacket and all that. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, okay, what's going on there? Are you like a fan of his, right? Or is he, like, maybe it could be. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I feel like there's a lot I'm interested in with her character. Obviously, we're here for like the whole Rem, the purpose with that and helping her. Like with her being the sage and what comes with that behind that, I'm sure there's a lot to unpack with her character, and I just feel like it's definitely intentional. That she got that same color scheme going on, and yeah, so very intrigued and very excited also to learn a lot of her character. Even from what we see, like the little bits from her in the OP, right, where she looks goofy and silly, and uh so she seems like maybe like a quirky kind of character, but I guess we'll see. But
Who knows?
yeah,
Well, we'll get to see. Hopefully, we get to see her a little bit more this next episode. Hopefully we don't reset immediately. Hopefully the rest of the crew is fine.
mhm.
Hopefully the rest of the crew is all together.
Yeah, that's
Like
another thing,
hopefully
man. Is like else we didn't check in on anyone else, and
nobody. So this was
yeah,
4 people this entire episode.
right.
So anyway, it's looking like it's about time to wrap up. To
Unless
me,
Vash had anything else, you have anything to say about
Nah,
ReZero?
you guys been going back and forth. I'm like waiting to see when it's the right chime in. I'm just here like I'm just stay in my corner. Yeah, I'm just scratching my head. Like, all right, cool. Yeah, go back and forth. Take your time. Yeah, it's cool.
we tried to lobby to you, bro. You just what's up? You got anything? What's up? Go ahead, bro.
This
What do
was
you
an
think of
e-
these episodes?
this was an episode I didn't really expect to get 3 deaths within the 2 episodes of episode 2 and 3 because I did watch 2 and 3 chat, and to really get out of this horror And like you guys spoke about the Malaysia, like having Anastasia, having everyone personality change a bit different and go a bit psycho, a bit. I was saying during my reaction, crashing out. Yo, when Subaru's crashing, I'm like, yo, there's something going on. This guy has issues. This guy is going to be haywire. So I was having a good comedy of that. I'm really intrigued to know what the fuck just happened with this random chick being appearing with some titties out here, and this giant
Don't fall
fucking
for the
centaur.
traps, man. She just sniped our boy, and
Yeah, exactly.
You scared me, bro.
Not just once, but twice. Snipe you
Bro,
fucking deadly.
he took out Patrash, Beatrice, and Subaru, bro.
Yeah,
We don't like her,
but yeah,
bro. We don't
hey,
trust her.
I saw the rack too, and I was like, damn. But like, I can't fall for the traps, bro. I remember what you did, man.
Yeah. So that's my trade. Like, you guys broke it down already. Like, with jokes aside, if you guys want to see my full thoughts, you guys could go check out the reaction that is on the Emma Studio Vote channel. But you guys broke it down very well. Going back and forth and everything. I'm really curious to see where they're gonna go next episode, for episode 4, and see where we're gonna go with this. And like, I'm really curious to see where we're gonna go. Like, what does this found you mean? Where's Emilia? Where's everyone else? Are they shot? Is he gonna experience death again? Only time will tell.
Surely, I
Well,
mean,
with
with
that
how
being
this has been going so far.
Honestly.
With that being said, do we have any top rankings? If not, we could just straightly move on
ReZero's
to
number
our.
1. That's
Ours.
ReZero is
Yeah.
number 2, right
So
behind.
let's talk about our outro and binge chilling with our top rankings all in one. Because as you heard, that they only have ReZero and ReZero
Yeah,
and
ReZero,
ReZero as
Daemons,
the
and
top 3.
Witch Hat for me. I mean, that was like the only 3 I watched, but I mean, Akane probably would be up there. I'm not gonna lie, based on the content I know, but
yeah.
I
yeah.
will put sorry, not Akane. I'll put Witch Hat, ReZero. I'll probably put Kill Blue in the top 5, probably like as number 5.
Okay.
And I will put Always Catch probably there in my top 5, just by enjoyment and by the rom-com. It's a lot of fun.
All right.
Yeah.
Graham, you
And
said
with
you
that
said
being-
you said ReZero was number 2.
Yeah, I said Ascendance of a Bookworm was going to be 1 every single episode, right?
Well, that you didn't
Come
even
on.
have it number 1 last week. I feel like.
I did. I wrote on the document something different, but I definitely said it was number 1.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
rehear that, chat, because I didn't get to finish last week's podcast that I wasn't on. So don't worry, I will come with confirmation and clarification. Don't worry, I will check and let you guys know. With that being said, chat, thank you for being here for episode 76 for a good 2 hours and a half podcast. So if you guys were entertained by this, it was solid, entertaining. Doing a bit of breakdown, a bit of honorable mention, a little sprinkled through with the rom-com, with a bit of the drama, and a bit of the SHOUNEN. What we've been watching, what we've been seeing. Little rapid fire. Any quick thoughts? MemoryNK?
No, just thank you guys for watching as always. Let us know what you're thinking about this season so far. We're already almost at the halfway point, so the hotter flop, is coming kind of soon. It's on the horizon. So yeah, let us know what you're liking, what you're not liking, maybe what's been like a surprise for you for this season. But yeah, that's about it for me.
Predict how many times you think Subaru's going to die, because we're at 3. That's Vash says he doesn't think Subaru's going to die at all anymore this season.
I said
Nate
27.
amended his. Nate said
That's what I said.
27.
I said 27.
He said after that episode 2, bro, it's 27. He's
That was
cooked.
after last week's episode too, not even this
Yeah, that
episode.
was after episode 2. That's what I said. It was after.
Because I was like, I
episode
just
2.
feel like
He
this
said,
is a sign of what's to come with this,
Yeah.
And I feel like we added, what was there, 3? Was there 3
We're
in?
at 3 now.
Yeah. So
3 and 3 episodes.
yeah. I said between 20 and 30, and then I was like 7's, lucky number 7. 7's my favorite number, actually. So I was like 27.
25.
What, you're going up? You're still at 3. You ain't lost the bet yet, brother.
I know.
You might
I know.
win.
And okay, but at the moment I gotta increase it because I can't just stay there. Like he might
You
die
could,
again.
you could,
We
you
have
could, you could,
we
you
have
could.
19
No,
episodes.
stick
We
with
have
your
19
gut, bro.
episodes.
Stick with your guns, man.
You're not gonna stick with your guns. Nate
So
stuck with his guns
so
until
you're
episode
telling me
3.
so you're telling me guys from episode 4 to episode 19 he's gonna survive this whole next
I
episodes.
don't know. I'm asking you guys. Okay, I do know, but I'm asking you guys because I'm not gonna tell you, brother. I need your honest to goodness prediction, and you predicted 3. You're not out yet. I didn't ask Nate for a new number till he was out.
I have to
If
go
you
with
want
it.
to give a new number, you can feel free to.
I'll say 25. That's my current number. Just an update. I still, of course, 23 if it stays, but I don't think he's gonna stay from episode 4 to episode 19. That he's gonna just stay alive. I think he's gonna die, and I think my number is 25.
No faith.
Of course not, of course not. But chat, if you have faith in us, hopefully you guys let us know down in the comment section below with what you guys thought about our review, our breakdown, our theories about ReZero, and a few of other series that we spoke about and broke down when it comes to this conversation. Let us know what's your top 5 ranking. Was it ReZero, and Ascendance of Bookworm and Slime? Let us know what is your top 5 in the comment section below. And if you guys were entertained, click the subscribe button on Animal Studio. Click the subscribe button on MemoryNK. Click the subscribe button on Neko-chan 211-345-678-910. We appreciate all the support that you guys do for us. Thank you very much for episode 76. Stay tuned for episode 77 for next week, where we may have a full squad and also maybe cut up as well. Stay tuned, chat.
Hopefully.
Let's get to it for next week and let's have a good time. It's all about perspective.
Peace.